He's seen it all and then some. From stats to stories, he breaks it down like no one else. Proud to be Edmonton's sports leader. Sports 1440.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save on Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save on Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
It's a time for caring, sharing, and time giving. OPT Inc. asks you to look upon this festive season as an opportunity to help others. It is the best gift of the year. Wishing you a truly Merry Christmas from Rod, Roger, Tina, and Bernie Masson.
You're getting the lowdown on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick.
Well, get ready for a silly hockey fans. Your partner in power just skated onto the ice.
EWEL.ca, the new e-commerce website for electrical wholesalers Edmonton, is ready for the power play 24/7, 365.
UL skates to where the puck will be in 5 years. Now that's forward thinking.
Killer selection, slamming products from the best brands, and legendary service.
Don't sit on the bench. Get your account today at EWEL.ca and win that project.
Plug into your partner in power. Get an EWEL.ca account today.
I'm making my list, checking it twice. And guess what? I'm giving Wilhauk beef jerky to everyone, naughty and nice. Because honestly, everyone deserves a taste of Alberta's finest, no matter if they've been bad or good. So this holiday season, skip the chocolates and pass on the turkey. Make sure you're Wilhauking a street with Alberta turkey.
Available at Will in Leduc.
Hey, sports fans, we've got a clear choice for you. At Crystal Glass, we provide customers with the perfect glass for any job. From home to auto and even commercial, installation or repairs, we're your team. Call 310-GLASS or visit crystalglass.ca. Crystal Glass.
At Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's proudly locally owned and operated. At Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. Juicy grilled chicken and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Here's Thomas.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
The Jason Gregor Show. On Sports 1440.
Just a walk in the park here for Brown. Full control.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
Here's Thomas bouncing on it.
Terrific Thursday afternoon. How are you? And welcome to the Jason Gregor Show. Sports 1440, sports1440.ca, YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching the show. It's always brought to you by playalberta.ca, where you can get in the game. You can, of course, use the promo code Gregor50, make a $50 deposit. They will match it with another 50. Gregor50. Pretty simple. So check it out at playalberta.ca. Also, the Daily Grand today, your chance to win $1,000 a day for the next 20 years. Pretty good. $7.3 million. Good luck. Playalberta.ca. Lots going on, as always, in the world of sports. Mike Rupp is going to join us in hour number one. Dave Owens from Sherbrooke Liquor. We got TR, as well as Joe Haggerty will join us from Boston to get the Bruins side of things. The Bruins are playing pretty well. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. Jeremy Swayman, since November 1st, really good. 920 save percentage, 2.42 goals against, and 11-4 record. So Oilers, they're going to want to keep their offense rolling tonight. It's going to be a little bit tougher because Swayman has played great for the Beantowners. Also, hey, speaking of good, what about Morgan Geekie? 24 goals. If you'd have asked anybody at the start of the year, oh, yeah, who would be 11 goals ahead of their next teammate? We all would have said David Pasternak. But no, it is Connor Geekie with 24 goals. Pasternak second on their team with 13. We got Speck will be by. Then we got the pregame show with Ferraro. Corbin Smith is going to join us, talk a little Kraken. Now, I saw a report that the Kraken, they haven't apologized yet for their absolutely childish and petulant behavior after their last loss, where they said, we're only taking questions from our reporter. Like, are you joking? Can't believe the media guys stood for that. I just would have yelled at my own question. Like, give me a break. That is amateur hour at best. So talk about that, but also a little Seahawks Rams. That should be a hell of a performance. And good luck to all of those who are in their fantasy football semifinal playoffs. Starting this, I know some start their quarterfinals. Never understood that. Why would you wait until the final week of the season? Because there's too many starters that can be rested in your final. That's why it's always best, I find, to have your quarterfinal, then your semi, then your final before the final week of the season. So we'll talk some NFL. Of course, we'll hear from Chris Knobloch, Trent Frederick, who will play center tonight on the fourth line for the Edmonton Oilers. And you know what? We'll see if that can spark him, because he needs a spark. There's no question. He's facing his former team. Maybe that will boost him and get him going, because he needs something. But he will center the fourth line. Jones will get back in the lineup on the left side. Curtis Lazar comes out. I'm guessing that has to do a little bit with the knee, but also maybe the fact that Jones and Frederick were both traded from Boston last year. So Knobloch is like, hey, we need some bigger bodies. I'll say this about the Bruins. They're a physical team. They're third in the NHL in hits. The Oilers are 30th. Now, it's not the Oilers. That's not their identity, but it is Boston's identity. Now, the Oilers have shown they can become more physical in the playoffs. But tonight might be one of those games where they're going to have to bring a little physicality. So Boston, I looked at their games. They've had 30 hits in a game 6 times. They've had 25 hits or more 18 times. And they've had at least 20 hits 30 times this season. Compare that to the Oilers. The Oilers have never had 30 hits. Actually, the most the Oilers have had this year is 25. That happened twice. So they have 2 games of 25 hits. Boston has 18 of them. It's not really, they're not overly physical. But tonight might be a night where that you try to match it a little bit. And the Oilers have shown they can do it in the playoffs. So we'll see if they do that tonight or not. The other change, Riley Stillman. Interesting. He's coming in the line. I got to think that, what's his name got rocked last game, Connor Halley? Spencer Stashny. I got to believe that that's part of the reason why Stillman's in, that Stashny's maybe just, got a little nagging injury. Because remember, he got rocked in that game. Now, it got up and he was fine, but I just wonder if that's part of it. Like, Stillman has played 6. This will be his 6th NHL game in the last 3 seasons in the NHL. It'll be his 164th all time. But last year he played 5 with Carolina. The year before that, he wasn't in the NHL. So, I don't know. Hey, it'll be a thrill for him. That guy will be amped up. Because anytime you get something back after it's kind of taken away from you, I would think he'd be motivated. But, I'm curious to see how he plays and how much he plays tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. Tristan Jarry, of course, will start between the pipes. His first consecutive starts for the Oilers, as it should be. And he'll play one of the two games this weekend. It's either going to be in Minnesota or against Vegas on Sunday, depending on what Chris Knobloch decides. We'll see. Oilers, rest of their lineup, nothing is changing. You will have McDavid centering Hyman and Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl between Savoy and Podkolzin, and you'll have Henrique between Mangiapane and Janmark. On defense, Ekholm and Bouchard, Nurse, and Regula. The Oilers, Podkolzin, we talked about it yesterday. I was looking at his numbers. It's been really good, man. Like, he only scored 8 goals last year. He's already got 9 in 34 games this year. He's on pace for 21 goals. Making $1 million. One of the best value contracts in the league. Even next year, 2.9. The way he's playing and improving and maturing as a player, like right now, he's a legit top 6 productive goal scorer. He is. There's only 21 guys with more goals than him, 5-on-5. I'll tell you this. If Russia had a team in the Olympics, Podkolzin would be right in the mix. And I'd argue he'd be on the team because he's a really good forechecker. He's got some offense. They got a lot of skilled guys. They don't have a lot of will guys. You know what I mean? And he's got a combination of both. So I think he would be in there for sure. Or maybe it's Regula who's out. And but I got to double check. I thought it was Stillman's, because Stillman was playing with Emberson. And unless they're going to move, I don't see them moving Spencer to the right side. I guess it's possible, but we shall see. So who knows? I got to get a double check on that. I thought I saw that it was double check what Tony said. I thought Cons looked that up. I thought it was Spencer coming out. So we'll see. Also today it is month of giving. Tomorrow is our Pyramid of Giving. Monday is our Mystery Monday. This one of the last real packages to bid on. Mystery Monday, though, will be fun, but that'll be a little mystery box, which I think people will enjoy. Today, we have a catered 5-course meal from Chef Fabricio Daros, who is the executive chef at Loca. He will be bringing this to your home, right? So there's 6 of you at your home, and a 5-course meal comes in, so it's prepared. Who doesn't love having dinner cooked for them in your own home? It's the best. You're also going to have dinner pairings of beer and whiskey and wine and everything from Dave Owens from Sherbrooke Liquor. And he'll bring in a few things to try, and then he'll leave them for you. All right, so that'll be a lot of fun. Myself and Struds will be there, and a special guest or two. But who is it? It's kind of like Christmas. You have to find out. Maybe it's a player. Maybe it's management. Maybe it's former player. That's the excitement of it. I'll just say this. It'll be someone that you will be like, oh, this is a fun little dining experience. So there you go. 833-401-1440. 833-401-1440. You can text us in our inbox. We are raising money today for the Christmas Bureau, which we're getting close. We're actually a week away from the big man coming down the chimney. And lots of people, you want to try to make it just the simple basics as normal as possible. So there you go. Looking at a few other things around the NHL, Oilers got a little bit of help last night as New Jersey defeated Vegas in Vegas. So Vegas now stays, they're 4 points up on the Oilers. Anaheim is 4 points up on the Oilers. The Oilers, with everything else, they're right there in the running to finish first in the Pacific Division. And they're starting to heat up a little bit. Connor McDavid's heating up a lot. McDavid has 20 points in his last 7 games, which is really good. What's interesting about it is, in his career, he has, this is the 7th time he scored 20 points in 7 games. Now, 2 of those times were like overlapping a 10-game period where you started once and then, then later on 2 games into it, then it ended 2 games after. But he's actually done it, if we want to say like no overlapping, 5 different times in his career. Remember, it was like 3 weeks ago, people were trying to claim that Connor McDavid was slowing down. What do we talk about on our show? What do we write about at Oilers Nation? It's incredibly premature. Connor McDavid's not even 30. Do you guys not watch elite players in the NHL now? Elite players in the NBA? They don't slow down at 30. People got to get over this. Oh, a peak is a 24. No, it lasts. And peak, you might, if you're talking one individual season, sure. But Connor McDavid being a 120-point guy, 130-point guy, you think it's in the rearview mirror? I would say think again. He is he's on a heater, and it's not like a unsurprising, unsustainable heater. McDavid has had over 25 points in a 10-game stretch multiple times in his career. He actually did it 3 separate times in one season in 2024. So if McDavid, you know what, can he get 5 points in the next 3 games, which would be tonight, Saturday, and Sunday? Very possible. Then he would do it again. It's the last time that he had at least 25 points over a 10-game span was in March of 2024. He had done it again in late January to February earlier that year, and he'd actually done it in November to December, same year. Crazy. He had 25 points in 10 games each time. The most he's ever had over a 10-game stretch was 29 points in April 19th, 2021 to May 8th, 2021. That was, of course, in the short 56-game season coming out of COVID. He was pretty good. Now, I don't know if he's going to get 9 points in the next 3 games. I will say this. Do I think McDavid's going to get a multi-point game tonight? Yeah, I do. He's got 7 in his last 9 games. He is feeling it right now for the Edmonton Oilers. And he's not the only one. Look at Matt Savoy. Look at Podkolzin. Look at Draisaitl. Like, their top 6 guys are really rolling right now. And I look at their top 6 and I compare it to the Boston Bruins. Now, the Bruins' top line's pretty good. Lindholm with Geekie and Pasternak. That's good. But their second line, are they going to go up against Draisaitl, Podkolzin, and Savoy with Zaka, Mittelstadt, and Kuznetsov? I think I know which line I'm taking. Right now, the Bruins' depth guys, they produce Steves, Minton, Esimont. They all got 6 goals plus. Right? Obviously, says a lot more than the Oilers' depth guys. So that's where maybe the concern comes in tonight as a matchup factor. But Edmonton definitely has the advantage in the top 6. No question. And then, you know what? The bottom 6 just has to be a game where you're good defensively and try to break even and then go from there. So we'll see where it goes. 833-401-1440, 833-401-1440. Hey, Greggs, what do you think about Ryan O'Reilly? Year and a half at $4.5 million, having a good season. Trotz as a GM has a tendency to get less than full value in trades. From John. Well, I'm sure the Oilers wouldn't shy away from looking at it, right? Ryan O'Reilly's won a cup. He has a lot of arrows to check. But I look at the Oilers and I say, hey, can I play Ryan Nugent-Hopkins as my third line center? I think I can. I think I can do it very comfortably. I'd rather get a scoring winger over Ryan O'Reilly. If it was me, I'd rather get a scoring winger. I'd probably even take Malkin. Actually, I would take Malkin for sure because he's only got this year left. And I just think his high-end game is better. So we will we'll see where it goes on that. Like, obviously, Alex Tuck would be another one that people would be interested in. There's not a ton of scoring wingers, but that are like, what if Jared McCann becomes available in Seattle? He's a guy I'd look at. Right? There's other guys you can go up and down the roster of NHL teams who, and I know that right now there's some teams that still think they're in, even though I don't think that they're really in the race. Right? Like, Buffalo's the obvious one, but Seattle for sure for me. Like, I know Nashville's on a little bit of a run here. Do I think it's going to last? I don't know, man. Like, they're on a run, but they're still 7 points out. The Flames, now they got Nazem Kadri, but they don't really have any scoring wingers that I like. Do I think Evander Kane, and we get texts every day about Kane coming back to Edmonton, I'd be quite surprised. Well, that doesn't mean it's impossible, but I would be surprised on that one. So we'll see where it goes. Hey, Gregor, have you talked about Daniil Isiev? He's hands down the best goal in the KHL as a free agent and only 25. Very impressive numbers over the last couple of seasons. To be honest, I have not. I do know that, you know what, it would depend, like, to go him and Tristan Jarry. Sure. Right now, he's not an overly big goalie, right? And I know we have a few goalies that are, you know, better without the size. So, you know, maybe he's one of them, right? At 6 feet tall. But in today's NHL, it still seems to be a tall goalies league for the most part. There's obviously exceptions to the rule for sure. And you know what? He's had good numbers like for the last 4 seasons, right? Also, I think he won a championship last year or the year before. So, I honestly, I've never asked anyone if he's even interested in coming over yet. So, but, you know, because you have a guy locked up in Tristan Jarry, he's there for 2 years, you could look at his and say, hey, yeah, you come here, you're on a good team, and you know what? They don't want to overplay Tristan Jarry. Tristan Jarry's not a 65-game starter. I'm sure he's a 60-game starter. And he has a little bit of a history. Not crazy one, but he's missed some time, a few times. So, yeah, it would be an option. Like, I would look at it. Why not? It wouldn't be the first guy to come over in his mid-20s and be very good in the NHL. So, the goalie position does seem to be one where you can have it, and it comes over quite some time. So, we'll see. Hey, Greg, do you know how tall Jarry is? Well, he's smaller than Skinner. Skinner's 6'4", Jarry's low. I think Jarry's like 6'2.5". He might be 6'3", but I think he's probably 6'2". He's not 6'4" because that's what Stu is, and I've seen Jarry stand beside Stu. They're not the same size. So, and Skinner's also just a little bit broader of a goalie as well, but he's definitely taller. There's no doubt about that. Take a quick break. We'll come back. Mike Rupp joins us on the Gregor Show, presented by PlayAlberta.ca.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
Got a car you're ready to part with? Find out what it's worth, fast, easy, and totally free at Go Auto. We're talking top dollar trade-ins, whether it's a little worn or still rocking that new car smell. Just a few clicks, and boom, you've got your value. Text value to 780-777-7777 to start. That's value to 780 all sevens. Why guess what it's worth? Let Go Auto show you the money.
This hockey season, before every game, check out the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Sports 1440. It's brought to you by Titan Supply, your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. TitanSupply.ca.
The job isn't done until the last load is hauled, and having a semi-trailer out of commission is not an option. Whether replacing or adding to your convoy, Edmonton Trailer has a huge inventory of new and used semi-trailers, trusted by the gravel, logging, oil field, fluids, and freight industries. Find a trailer right for you online or at one of their 3 locations. For sales, service, parts, rental, and finance, when you're in it for the long haul, Edmonton Trailer.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
Merry Christmas from Annie Gas Compression Consulting in Wetaskiwin. The management and staff would like to wish you a peaceful and happy holiday season. They thank you for your patronage this year and look forward to seeing you in 2026. Season's greetings from everyone at Annie Gas.
Across rural Alberta, volunteers and community groups work hard to make life better for their neighbors, creating new playgrounds, better rinks, and gathering places that bring us together. Vision Credit Union is proud to lend these local heroes a helping hand. Apply today for a Helping Hand grant up to $10,000 to support your community's next big idea. Let's make great things happen together. Applications are open until January 31st, 2026. Learn more at whatsyourshare.ca. And what can I get for you this year, little fella?
I want a new Ford F-150 with the FX4 package.
Adults need toys to play with on Christmas morning, too. And Nisku Ford has the best toys in town. If you decide to wrap one up, you can get rebates as high as $10,000 or choose interest rates as low as 0%.
This Christmas, get the toy you really want.
Add Nisku Ford to your holiday visits or make your wish list at niskuford.ca today. Above expectations.
The team at the James Insurance Group wishes you a happy holiday season full of warmth, peace, and time with friends and family. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the team at the James Insurance Group in Killam, Sedgwick, Lougheed, and Hardisty.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Crystal Glass, your clear choice for residential windows, locally manufactured and installed. Crystal Glass provides a beautiful product and incredible customer services for all of your residential needs. Call 310 Glass or visit crystalglass.ca for a quote.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by playalberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
.224, welcome back. Jason Gregor, Connor Halley, Sports 1440, sports1440.ca. Paulie opened up the bids at 500. Alec came in at 800. Mike was in at 1,000, and now Peter's in at 1,200. So there we go. We're up to 1,200 on our month of giving package today, which is dinner for at your home. It's catered in dinner. Comes to your home with Chef Fabrizio Daros, the executive chef at Loca. So it's a 5-course dinner for 10. There's 6 of you, myself and Struds, and then there'll be some special guests. So now, who could it be? Guess you'll have to bid and see. But let's just say it was somebody you probably usually don't dine with. That's all I'll say on that. So a little bit. It's kind of like Christmas. It'll be a little bit of a surprise to see who is dining with you that night. 833-401-1440, 833-401-1440. You can send us in your bids, text them in our email inbox. Orders, of course, in Beantown tonight. But first, let's get to our big guest of the day, brought to you by Silent Ice Center, where New Year's Eve, if you don't have plans, you like a cowboy hat, maybe you like some jeans, well, Brett Kissel will be performing live on New Year's Eve. Ring in the New Year. Kids even welcome, so you can check it out. Get your tickets online. They're going fast, and people looking for some fun on New Year's, and that's an unbelievable facility. I will tell you that it is fantastic. I've been there for a concert before. You'll love it. And one thing I know is Kissel will put on a great show, so check it out. Mike Rupp, former NHLer, joins us now. Rupper, how you doing, my man?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right. It's pretty chilly here. You got any snow where you're at?
Yeah, we the New York area got hit. Man, how many days ago was that? It got hit a decent amount for here because it legit never really snows around here. Probably got 6 inches, and then it's just been cold and it's just been kind of like lingering around. So nothing crazy. I hope there's more this year, but usually don't get much snowfall at all.
Okay. Looking at the Oilers play the Bruins tonight. Now the Boston Bruins, hey, you know what? A lot of people, we weren't sure what the Bruins are going to be. Man, they've had a good year. They're 7-3 in their last 10 since November 1st. Swayman's got really good numbers. Now Geeky's having an unreal year. Their depth guys are contributing. And this is 2 very different styles. The Oilers are not a physical team. They're a speed team. And the Bruins are a big physical team. They got the 3rd most hits in the league. The Oilers are 30th. Now, Edmonton has shown they can play physical in the playoffs, but you don't change your style, Rupper. But do you think, if you're the Oilers, Do you have to match the physicality, or if you're the Bruins, do you have to try to play more of a skating game? Like, how do you see this matchup of styles that are so very different?
Yeah, I've always thought that, especially when you are a good team, and both these two teams, I think, view themselves as being good teams, where you don't want to pay too much attention to what the other team is. You want to know and have confidence what you do and who you are, and make them adjust to you. So that was always something where I think you just got to be aware. I mean, they're going to be aware. Like at Edmonton's situation, you're going to be aware that this is a physical group. They're a team that maybe doesn't score a ton of goals from the depth parts of their lines, but that you're going to be in a dogfight just in puck battles. And I think that just allows you to get in the right mindset that, hey, I got to bring my work boots here tonight. The game might feel a little different. I think that's the biggest thing as a player, is just to have the right expectations going into a game. And then on the same rate, if you're the Boston Bruins, you just have to go into the game realizing, I got to know who's on the ice. I got to be smart. I got to be a little more calculated against this Oilers team. But also, we're a team that we like to hold on to pucks and have some offensive zone time and do it in a different way than they do. So we're not going to try to all of a sudden start playing their style. So I think that's the biggest thing, is just recognizing what the opponent is and just being ready for it, as opposed to changing your style of game.
Yeah, it is. And that's what's unique about the regular season, because, you can really drill down in the playoffs, Rupper, and sometimes you can take away a team's strength, right? And sometimes you have to adapt. But you're playing different teams every night, every second night for sure. So you kind of play who you are. Who do you think it favors, though? Like the order A, I think it favors Edmonton, because it's hard to just slow speed down.
Yeah.
And B, McDavid's on a heater right now, Rupper. Like the turbo button has been depressed a lot more frequently the last few weeks.
It sure has. And I was doing a dive on some of his last 7 games, and just how he's shooting the puck more, the shot attempts, him driving the net. Like, he's driving the net. Again, you got to take this with a grain of salt, because we've seen him do so many different things, but it just feels like everything's at a different level now than what it was not that long ago. And yeah, I think that it's something it's a bigger adjustment for Boston, because you can prepare yourself mentally that, hey, tonight's going to be a fast game. That doesn't mean you're going to be able to handle it. I mean, you can't, but because I'm thinking differently doesn't mean I'm going to be a faster team. So I think that's where Edmonton can cause some trouble and some fits for other teams. But yeah, Connor's been absolutely insane what he's been doing. And I just can't wait. Like, I just love the fact that you got McKinnon, you got McDavid. I'd love to just see these two kind of go off on an island by themselves in this Art Ross race, and just get into one of those fun nights where it's every night. Hey, last night, Nate Dogg had 5 points, and then it's like all of a sudden in that game, it's like Connor has 4. I mean, we see that from time to time, and with these guys over the last few years, even I'll throw Kucherov's name in there. So, Connor McDavid's bringing it right now, and it's fun to watch.
Mike Rupp joins us here on Sports 1440, sports1440.ca. Rupper, what do you make of the Hurricanes? Like, they're really good, but they still don't have the star forward. So is this just kind of another really good season, but once we come playoff time, you're like, they can't win?
So I don't know if I'm really answering your question, because I just have always deemed them to be a good team. And I think I kind of stop really assessing where they're at and if they've changed, because they just kind of always the same team, really good. And they always hit a wall. And we know about some of their injuries in the goalie position in the playoffs that has been an issue in the past. I think the one thing, they have been good this year, but the one thing I think we've learned is I don't believe the Eastern Conference is that great. And coming into the season, I thought that the Carolina Hurricanes were going to run away with the Eastern Conference, like run away with it. And probably because I figured the East was going to be pretty weak, especially the Metro. I thought they were going to be a President's Trophy winning team. So with that being said, through these however many games right now, have they underachieved a little bit? Like, I kind of sit there and think, like, it sounds dumb because they are a good team, but I thought they should be a powerhouse in the East, and they are a very good hockey club. So I don't know how to read them, how to kind of handicap what they are and go down the stretch or going the second half of the season. The one thing that still remains true is they need another guy that can put the puck in the net and have some finishability or driving some offense. And there's a guy out there that I think would be really good for them. I just don't know if they're able to make that trade, and that's Artemi Panarin. I think that that's a player that if they were able to get, maybe it can help them out in a lot of different ways. We talked about the star power. They're a good team. They have some star players, but they always just seem to be a team that we revere as good, but never, in my opinion, consider them to be a contender. And I'm kind of in the same place right now with them.
Yeah, the Hurricane, man, Panarin would be, I was thinking even Malkin when he comes back, right? Because that's what they need. Now, Malkin isn't, I don't know, Malkin's an elite player performer, but is he still that? I don't know. So we'll see kind of where it goes. But the Panarin one, and you're in New York, you cover them very closely. All the other big name, like kind of superstar free agents, they've all signed extensions, whether it's 2 years, whether it's 8 years. Panarin hasn't. How come?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I think that that's a guy that this franchise can't really afford to lose, and especially if they lose them in a way that nobody wants to lose a penny UFA and just having them walk. I still probably am a little higher than most on the Rangers as far as being a playoff team. Like, I don't think as we stand today, they're much more than a team that's going to make the playoffs. Now, can you just, if you don't extend him, can you just go to the playoffs with Artemi Panarin? I think he can. I think that's a viable option. But if this team plays themselves out of that picture, what does that look like for a player that has a no movement clause, loves being in New York, and I don't think would just waive his no movement clause to go anywhere? So it's a very tough predicament for Chris Drury and the Rangers that would be made much easier if they were a playoff team and looked like they're trending in the right direction. But also, I think this decision probably should have been made a while ago. Like, were you going to extend them or not? Like, we saw the other teams do it. Like, you kind of walked yourself into a corner here, and we're starting to see maybe it getting a little bit louder in New York City right now around this situation because of it.
Well, what's interesting is, like, the Rangers are 3 points out of the playoffs, right? Like, I don't see how you'd give up on them right now just because of that factor, right? But now Florida's coming on. They're 6-1-1, and they find themselves 1 point out of the playoffs with the game in hand on New Jersey, right? So they're starting to roll. But then, like, New Jersey, like, everybody's separated outside of Carolina, literally from 41 points to 35 points if we include the Maple Leafs, even 34 in Ottawa and Columbus, and it's wild, right? Like, it's 7 points between 13 and 14 of the teams, take out Carolina and Buffalo. So I don't know. I don't think the Rangers are going to do anything, but, like, they can't win at home. Like, it's mind blowing how bad they are on home ice. And so I don't know if it's a head thing. Like, just something seems amiss for the Rangers this year. You watch them a lot closer than I do. What's missing? What's lacking?
Well, it certainly is that it's a mind hurdle or whatever phrase you want to use. Like, it's at this point, I mean, we're at Christmas time and this is still a thing. You've been shut out at home 6 times. And I was looking at the numbers and I'm not making excuses for them, but in those 6 games, they have the goaltenders, the opposing team's goaltenders have a combined like 20 goal save above expected. So just to have fun with numbers, divide that over the 6 games, like, that should give them on average more than 3 goals a game, more than what they've gotten, which is exactly what they do on the road. So they're almost playing the same style and having some of the same looks and opportunities, if you want to dive into the weeds on the numbers, than they do on the road. They just can't score at home. And I don't know what it is. It'd be easy to say we don't have finishers. You might be right there. I think that that's a fair conversation, but you seem to have finishers on the road. So I think it's just a very weird place because we know how New York fans are. And I'll tell you, for wearing this, the blue shirt, it's an awesome place to play. New York sports fans are unique. They will let you know when they love what you're doing. And when you don't, they'll either let you know or you won't hear much. It is quiet at MSG. You can feel the tension at these home games. It feels almost like here we go again. If you get out of the first period, it's 0-0, or you're down and you haven't scored a goal. And so, yeah, it's a mental thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know how you get out of it, but it's not like they're getting shut out in these games with no-show efforts. Like, they've had some pretty good games, but they just haven't been able to score in those games. So there's no moral victories here. You got to figure it out. You got to be big boys in this situation. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you do, but it's certainly a problem.
Yeah. Mike Rupp joins us here on Sports 1440, sports1440.ca. One last one for you, Rupper. Of course, trade freezes tomorrow, so I don't think we're going to see any moves. And teams go away for Christmas. Connor Bedard. We know that because I won't talk to you. We're not going to talk to you before the announcement on the 31st. You think Bedard is going to be on that Team Canada roster, or has the separated shoulder impacted his Team Canada spot?
I thought that he'd be probably, like most, a bubble guy. And I think that this injury may keep him off of it because of this. I just think Macklin Celebrini, I still kind of feel like you don't bring both. Like, I still think there's other question marks on roster and other areas you want to protect and make sure you've got covered. And with this injury now, you're hearing reevaluated come the new year. Like, that's not even, what does that mean? You know, and they're going to know more. I mean, they're going to be working closely with the Chicago Blackhawks, Hockey Canada, as far as trying to figure out where things are at with him and his health. But I think that combined with, I hate to go back to that, but if you're getting down to really being picky and choosy here, I think it does go back to World Championships. I mean, Macklin's going to go. And so I just don't know if both guys were ever going to go, in my opinion. And I think this may have kind of been that last straw, if you will. But I might be dead wrong there. They both might be there, but I just want to see this guy get healthy for the Chicago Blackhawks, really. Yeah, I would agree. Rupper, have yourself a great day. A Merry Christmas to you and yours in advance, because we won't talk to you to next week. And we will talk to you in the new year, my man. Have yourself a great day and a great week. And we'll talk to you tomorrow, though, on the Rundown. Thanks, buddy. You guys as well. All the viewers, have a great holiday season. And yeah, we'll chat soon. You betcha. That is Mike Rupp from NHL Network, of course, Game 7 here on the Stanley Cup final. Paulie's in at $13.50 for our monthly giving package, and now Nick's up to $1,500. So there we go. Now we're rolling. 833-401-1440 will tell you what it is, and some details specifically next. It's the Gregor Show, presented by PlayAlberta.ca.
I'm making my list, checking it twice, and guess what? I'm giving Wilhock beef jerky to everyone, naughty and nice. Because honestly, everyone deserves a taste of Alberta's finest, no matter if they've been bad or good. So this holiday season, skip the chocolates and pass on the turkey. Make sure you're Wilhocking around the Christmas tree with Alberta's best beef jerky. Ho, ho, ho!
Available at Wilhock Beef Jerky in Leduc.
Hey, sports fans, we've got a clear choice for you. At Crystal Glass, we provide customers with the perfect glass for any job. From home to auto and even commercial, installation or repairs, we're your team. Call 310-GLASS or visit crystalglass.ca. Crystal Glass.
At Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better. Order your large butter chicken pizza today for only $19.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and operated.
I'm Grant Fedork from Leading Edge Physiotherapy, and people who suffer brain fog might think it's just going to be part of their life. But listen, I've seen a 38-year-old man managing a concussion read her kid a bedtime story without losing the plot, all because of cognitive rehab that rewires the brain like a GPS reboot. Your brain isn't broken, it's buffering. One missed beat in focus, memory, or balance snowballs into frustration, falls, or forgotten keys. Stroke, concussion, long COVID, even aging can all lead to brain fog. Cognitive rehab works. Check us out at leadingedgephysio.com before your next "where'd I put my phone" moment.
Looking for the perfect gift? Give the gift of great taste with a Loca Quality Market gift card. Redeemable at any Loca Quality Market or Loca operated restaurant. It's a treat for food lovers. Ready anytime. Grab yours today at loca.ca.
Big guests, bigger takes. Jason Gregor brings the names you know and the stories you don't. Weekdays, 2 to 6 on Sports 1440. Don't miss a minute of the action on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
An electrical solar team is now making a play for sustainability and savings. They're specialists in powering up for a greener future.
That's the strategy, designing and installing high-efficiency solar panels. They're helping homes and businesses combat rising utility costs by harnessing the power of the sun.
A smart move for efficiency and the environment. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Picture this. You're sleeping and you're awake, but it's a good day because you're about to make your way to McDonald's to pick up some breakfast. Fast forward, you're there. But what's this? You can now get all those breakfast classics penny style with rich, creamy hollandaise-style sauce. A happy little tear rolls down your cheek. You grab your small McCafe premium roast coffee, still just $1 plus tax every day. And see. Get up and at 'em with the Egg McMuffin. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada. Prices exclude delivery.
You got a go-to coffee spot, a trusted barber, even a lucky game day jersey. But when it's about looking your absolute best, there's only one name you need. Mr. Dirk. Family run since 1939. We're experts in crafting impeccable tailor-made suits and offering a wide variety of everyday styles. Pair that with personalized one-on-one fittings and the convenience of on-site tailoring. Mr. Dirk elevates your style game. Visit our Edmonton store or explore MrDirk.com. Score big on style with Mr. Dirk.
Boxing Week blowout starts early at the Brick. Find real Boxing Day prices early and beat the rush on the 26th. Score the best deals on electronics and appliances. Plus, save up to $1,000 off sectionals. Buy more, save more. Up to 25% off bedroom and dining. Up to 40% off mattresses. And up to $500 off big screen TVs. Don't wait for the crowds. Shop the Brick's Boxing Week Early Access event. Some exclusions apply. The Brick, saving you more.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Japa Machinery. Japa is digging deep on their 50-year history of supporting Alberta's construction industry with their line of special edition blackout excavators. Visit japamachinery.com for all the details.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
Cons, could you go grab? $2:45. Welcome back. Jason Gregor, Connor Halley, Sports 1440, sports1440.ca is always brought to you by PlayAlberta.ca, where you can get in the game. Of course, the Jason Gregor Show odds boost tonight. Oilers win, McDavid 2 points. And then we have another one that's a little bit more. You got Podkolzin, Hyman, Draisaitl with points, McDavid with 2 points. So you can check out those little parlay action with some odds boosts at PlayAlberta.ca. Just look for the Jason Gregor Show. Click on it, and that's where you'll get it. So odds boost, you won't get anywhere else. So good luck. We've been hitting on that pretty good. The last few games, actually, we're on quite a roll. So keep going. Now, it's not really hard right now with McDavid getting multiple points every game, but the odds are still good. So check it out. As I mentioned, a month of giving continues on today, where we will have a 5-course dinner catered right to your home with executive chef Fabrizio Daros from Loca. He'll be cooking up, and we've got like executive connoisseur of beverages. David Owens will be there, and you're gonna have some wine, and then we'll have all sort of like, once we get what the meal is, he's gonna pair everything to go with the meal, and then also bring you a few extra special bottles. We'll try some unique cocktails, and then you can keep them in your home afterwards. Myself and Struds will be there, and we'll have a special guest or two. So who that is, though, hey, it's up to you to decide. Player, manager, somebody, former player. You never know. You never know. So enjoy that. So 833-401-1440, 833-401-1440, currently at $1,500 on that package. It's time now for Thirsty Thursday, brought to you by Sherbrooke Liquor, your place for anything non-alcoholic. You decide, you know what, I'm done. Great. They got all sorts of options of non-alcoholic, and they're good. And then, of course, they got wine, cocktails, beers, you name it. They got it for all the alcohol stuff for your Christmas party, your Christmas gathering, your place to shop. Do it on Orders Day. You get 10% off 2 locations, the South Side, 50th Street and 92nd Ave. And, of course, the original location, St. Albert Trail and 118th. As Dave Owen joins. Oh, by the way, the date of the dinner, we just negotiate a date that works for you. So don't worry. I just say this, we won't do it in January. It's too damn cold. So we'll just tell you that right now. But you'll have lots of time. We'll plan it in 2026. Dave, how you doing, my man?
Fantastic. How you doing?
Pretty good. So what, give us a little, like, what would you bring to a dinner like this?
Well, I'm pretty stoked about it. Something like that, it's nice to start off with something, light cocktails, welcoming drink for people. Sometimes you get into some bubbles a little bit. We'll talk to whoever is the grand winner of this all and see what they sort of up their alley, and we'll cater to that as well for sure. And then we'll pair all the courses with just the perfect pairing of, maybe it's going to be a beer, maybe it's going to be a, drink wine, we'll sort that all out. And then we'll finish with some great aperitifs, and, we're going to leave you some of those heels with some great bottles there. And it's going to be a fun night. So yeah, I'm looking forward to some great food, and we're going to bring the party.
I like it.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Okay. So what are we going today?
Well, it's the week before Christmas,
Sure.
and I think just about everybody makes sure they like to find something to put in their coffee the morning of Christmas, or maybe some mornings leading up to it and so on. And at an old coffee shop I worked at when I was young, we'd get some people pulling up in their car. I don't advocate this, but they'd get really mad if we rinsed out their cup as they were picking up their coffee at the drive-thru.
All right, okay.
So don't do that. However, it's a good time of year to try some great things. And we've got some great holiday cream here. We got some from all over. We got some Irish stuff. We got some Canadian stuff, some local things, and some Italian.
Okay. So we're starting with 5 Farms.
This is the 5 Farms Irish cream. This is the gold standard of Irish cream.
Ooh,
so this is the
standard.
gold standard. This is the world's first farm-to-table Irish cream. Cream is all sourced from 5 specific family-owned farms in County Cork, literally the homeland of We Know Dairy Better Than You. And they have and they do a triple distilled Irish whiskey. The cream gets put in within 48 hours of being milked and then put into it. So this is fresh can be. And they also put in about 10 times the amount of whiskey than most Irish creams. So this can be really whiskey forward in its flavor, which is great. So we're gonna get some, rich butterscotch and that caramel fondue, vanilla bean.
Oh, I smell the vanilla bean. Oh yeah. See, I don't drink coffee, so I can't be the one to say like what goes better in coffee.
So this also goes great with, some other holiday.
Oh, this would just go good on ice.
On ice, over ice cream. Most of these things will go great over like a simple vanilla ice cream. But we also, I know Stephen, I think he posted today a variety of different cocktail recipes for each of these as well. And one of the ones that you can do this is like a vanilla vodka.
Yeah.
And shake over ice and strain and serve it with some shortbread cookies, and you got a beautiful shortbread martini.
Okay, I like it.
All right,
now we got number 2.
We're rolling to Canada here. This is the liquid Canadian hug for you. This brand, these guys are amazing.
I think it's bottled too, man.
These guys are amazing. So they've got several different products. They actually have a maple whiskey, which is higher ABV. They've got a liqueur, and then they have this beautiful cream liqueur. And so sortilege is French for, spell or incantation. And this is an authentic recipe from, the settlers, Canada rye, pure Quebec maple syrup.
Oh my God.
And, these guys know how to do maple syrup. They do 70% of the world's maple syrup, Quebec.
What? Oh yeah. Man, there's like a little caramel undertone in that. That is really good. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Almost like you get that sort of toffee nut, like a toffee face.
Yes. Yeah, like it's maple cream. There. God, that is, I've never had anything like that. That is good.
It is amazing. Absolutely fabulous. And this one here, you could do like a White Russian kind of thing with this.
I feel warm already.
Right?
Oh,
right?
Nice.
So like vodka, sortilege, coffee liqueur, but you could, ditch that if you don't want it. Build it over ice, give it a nice stir. It'd be gorgeous. Absolutely delicious. Fantastic stuff. And all these things pair great with food too, right? Like this is great with like spiced candied pecans. Right?
Just thinking about the treadmill after all this.
Right?
Wow.
Exactly. All right, awesome. Now we're moving on to here. We're at Edmonton. So this is the Hansons. This is their new one this year. This is the
this distillery is right in Edmonton.
Yeah. So this is their Cloud 9 vanilla marshmallow cream.
Okay.
And so Chris Hansen, who started this distillery with his wife, they were moonshine history moonshiners in their family going way back.
I like it.
And so a real passionate guy for that. And they've grown so well. They make some really fantastic whiskeys, and they've actually just brought in some partners, and some great investors with some great know-how to help him really focus on his craft, which is making these amazing things. And I'm really excited about the future of Hansen right now in Edmonton.
Well, that what's funny? It smells marshmallowy, and it tastes just very like it's got a subtle. It's not like smack you in the face strong, but.
Yeah,
that's very like
that's a childhood nostalgia right there, right?
Exactly what it is.
Yeah, so they actually use real marshmallows and steep the spirit in whole vanilla beans to get that authentic toasted flavor. So yeah, it's like a campfire marshmallow. So if you did this with a hot chocolate,
I was just gonna say hot chocolate because you don't even need marshmallows. You just add this.
Just add this, some graham crackers in there. You got your own little s'more, right? You got a little s'more beverage. So. Graham crackers, dark chocolate, perfect pairing for this kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, now we're going to go to Italy. And this is a new one in the market.
Well, yeah, this cream de limoncello, like you can tell it's a lot lighter. It's definitely looks more lemony than the other ones that are more of like a dark cream.
Exactly. So here's your little sunny Italian escape for the winter. So most limoncellos come from the Amalfi Coast, and Caffo is out of Calabria. So their cream version is legendary for being 100% natural, no artificial flavors, and Caffo owns their own lemon gardens. So, they ensuring maximum citrus power in this thing. So
it's like I'm tasting lemon pie. Oh my God. Just the smell. I haven't tasted the smell.
Bright lemon curd and fresh cream. Exactly like lemon meringue pie in a glass, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. And it seems a little bit lighter than the other.
It's a little bit lighter in the body, yeah.
Yeah.
So, the best way to serve this, honestly, is just over some ice, really cold.
Yeah, keep
this in the fridge for sure. All these you should keep in the fridge, honestly, once they get opened. But this one, just drink it ice cold, and it's beautiful.
God,
and these are all. I
think I'm ever gonna have eggnog again after having these. Like I don't love eggnog, but I know it's kind of a thing that we kind of get used to.
Yeah,
I haven't really got outside the box, but God, these are crushing it.
They're crushing. And the Avocat that we had last week, right? Now that's like. That was eggnog good. On steroids. That was amazing. So
now we have the last one here.
Yeah.
Now, the question we have, guy, could you put that? Because I know certain things you say don't go in the freezer. Would you put this in the freezer?
I would put. You could put it in the freezer. If you're gonna serve it, 5-10 minutes ahead of time to really, really get it cold. But
don't keep it in the freezer.
Don't keep it in the freezer like that. Yeah. The alcohol content of these things is 17%. So it really shouldn't freeze. But everybody's freezers are weird and different, and you can't guarantee all that stuff. So keep it in the fridge. Keep it in the back of the fridge, not your front. Your door is open all the time, so everything in your front of your fridge should be stuff that it's okay if it changes. All your cold stuff should be in the back of your fridge always.
Okay.
So keep it back there.
So remember that, boys and girls. See, we're giving you lots of good health tips here on the show.
Good health tips. That's right. That's right. And last but not least, here we are going with Anoka's The Duke.
Yeah, we had this as one of the bottles in our package last week.
That's right. I think Darren got one of these bottles. So this is amazing. So this is a collaboration between Anoka and actually Duchess Bake Shop here in town. So it features the award-winning Anoka single malt spirit they have, and the Delvoye chocolate maker, their cacao from them. This is really spectacular stuff. High-end bakery vibes. Look for that sort of tonka bean, which tastes like a vanilla almond kind of thing, and cassia bar, green cardamom, fresh organic ginger. Oh, the spices in that is just...
it's very unique because I don't think I've ever had a cream taste in liqueur that has a little bit of spice to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not cinnamon.
Yes.
Yeah.
That cardamom really comes through on that. It's so beautiful. Imagine dipping a ginger molasses cookie into this. Huh? Mm-hmm.
It's like you've tried almost any combination of food and beverage. You just pull that one out like, hey, a ginger snap cookie. What?
What? Yeah, well, now you're thinking about it.
Well, now I am thinking about it. Yes. Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
because I don't love ginger snaps because they're a little crisp, but if you
Yeah.
dip it in here, that'll soften it up.
That's exactly.
And it has the flavor. So now I
Mhm.
understand why you do it.
Yeah, and if you're not a big one of the snappers, we'll get just a ginger molasses, one of the soft ones you buy, or if maybe you're a great baker and you make it yourself.
Yes.
But yeah, these are all 5 amazing options for your holiday time. They're of course they're great in your coffee or beverages in the morning. This Duke
Now, Cloud9, where is it from again? From the
from
Hansons?
Hanson, yeah, they're right here in Edmonton, not too far from here actually, just north a bit, and and Anoka is out in Parkland County, so it's just before when you turn off to go to the ranch.
Yeah.
They're that big, beautiful new distillery was built there a few years ago.
Yes.
And they just released their first actual full-on single malt whiskey. It's their sort of first batch of it, really small bottles. We've got a few of those kicking around. Of course, whiskey has to be 3 years old to be called whiskey in Canada.
Whiskey. Yeah. Okay.
And so this is their official first batch of stuff, and it's phenomenal. Great sort of stuff. So
Now the limoncello, is it Calibria?
yeah, it's out of Calibra, yeah. And the distillery, the group's called CAFA. CAFO, sorry. And they're in Calabria. Yeah.
Yeah. And this would be a tough one to pick, but the limoncello is very different.
Very, very different.
But
Yeah.
out of the other ones, I have to say, man, this sortilege out of Quebec, the maple one, it was just so
So amazing. Yeah.
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 It all depends on what you like. I like that all of them were good. They're all unique and very different flavors. It depends. If
Totally.
if you like a marshmallow taste, I would definitely recommend the Hanson one.
Definitely.
So,
yeah. And
this is one where you'd want to buy a few and then you could just try different ones.
yeah, totally.
No. But I have to say the maple cream from sortilege.
It's so good.
Sortilege.
Yeah.
Oof,
Yeah. And like I
very
said, it's got options too. If you don't like the cream stuff, they make a really great liqueur. And then also a full-on whiskey that's about 45% alcohol. I think the liqueur comes in around 30-ish%, and this year about 17. So
Good
they're
stuff.
all fantastic.
Well, Dave, thanks so much for this, man.
Yeah,
we
thank you.
we'll chat with you in the new year because
Yes.
we're off for the next few
Yeah, take a
weeks,
few days
Christmas,
off.
the New
It'd be great.
Year's, and we look forward to it. And we look forward to having you out for our month of giving coming in. Everybody knows that I can guarantee the food's going to be unreal.
Yeah.
All of the choices of booze will be unreal. Company, you know what? We'll see if Strutty can bring some personality.
Well,
we'll
exactly,
see if
exactly.
can he show up with a little bit of personality.
That's right. And
So I got to bring a special guest.
you got to bring special guests.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I was, but
Yeah.
that's all right.
Yeah.
But the last week's winner, he's already picked up some of his stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he is stoked.
Oh yeah, I know.
about-
He sent us pictures of it. He
I
loved
sent
it.
you pictures.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. Right.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's good.
so if he's any indication, I'm going to bring it for you.
Oh, you will bring it. That's
I will bring
no
it.
doubt. So that's I look forward to it. And the food from Loca is going to be
It's
unreal.
gonna be
man.
unreal.
Anytime you get like an executive chef making you dinner, like I've done these before, it's so damn good. Like they
So
they
good.
make things you would never try, and they're awesome.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Have
Great.
yourself a great one.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas,
Have
and
a
we'll
great
talk in the
Merry
new year.
Christmas. Happy holidays.
Let's get to the Con Man and a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Legacy Heating and Cooling, home to no payments, no interest for 1 year on your furnace. Going to be working extra hard here the next few days, so make sure it's in good shape. LegacyHeating.ca.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
It's game day. Oilers back in action, taking on the Boston Bruins just after 5. Pre-game with Andrew Walker, Gregor, and Ferraro gets going at 4 right here on Sports 1440. You've also got the Canadians and Blackhawks, Penguins in Ottawa, Lightning take on the Kings, Blues and Rangers, Flames host the Kraken, and the Stars taking on the Sharks. In the NFL, Week 16 gets going. Should be a great one from Seattle with the Seahawks hosting the Rams. Kickoff 6:15. And in the association tonight, Raptors in Milwaukee taking on the Bucks. You've got the Thunder and the Clippers. Heat hosting the Nets. Pacers take on the Knicks, and the Hawks in Charlotte. Coming up in hour 2 of the Jason Gregor Show, we'll be joined by Joe Haggerty and Terry Ryan, talk some Boston Bruins. Also, Mark Spector will join us to preview tonight's Oilers game. I'm Connor Halley. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
It's Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or more of a wine aficionado,
There's always something new to discover at Sherbrooke Liquor, a unique, family-owned, independent liquor store.
Merry
Their
Christmas.
selection
Have a
is
great Christmas.
incredible.
Happy holidays.
The non-alcohol section is also very impressive. Sherbrooke Liquor, expert, knowledgeable staff with a passion for unique finds. More than just a liquor store, we're a community. Alberta's best, the one and only Sherbrooke Liquor. Wine, spirits, and oodles of beer. Visit SherbrookeLiquor.com.
They're not just a grocery store. They're a butcher, a baker, a cafe, deli, rotisserie pizza, and restaurant. All under one
Terrific
roof.
Thursday
Local quality market
afternoon.
does food differently with 2 locations to serve you. Edmonton and Sherwood Park. Visit loca.ca.
Top quality flooring, locally owned, and Canadian products from Beaulieu. Yeah, that's
Sports
CFI.
1440, Sports
CFI what?
1440.
Oh, CFI, Custom Floors Inc.
From free estimate to professional installation, contact Custom
Welcome back,
Floors Inc.
Jason
at
Gregor.
customfloorsinc.ca.
This hockey season, before every game, check out the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Sports 1440. It's brought to you by Titan Supply, your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca.
Craving a dining experience that rises above the rest? Head to Summit Restaurant, nestled in the heart of the Silent Ice Center and just minutes from South Edmonton Common. Savor Summit's exceptional house-made pizza, delectable entrees, and expertly crafted cocktails, all served in a stylish, modern atmosphere. For a casual meal or a special night on the town, Summit Restaurant offers a straightforward yet refined experience where every bite and sip reflects our dedication to quality. Elevate your dining experience. Visit Summit Restaurant tonight.
The job isn't done until the last load is hauled, and having a semi-trailer out of commission is not an option. Whether replacing or adding to your convoy, Edmonton Trailer has a huge inventory of new and used semi-trailers, trusted by the gravel, logging, oil field, fluids, and freight industries. Find a trailer right for you online or at one of their 3 locations. For sales, service, parts, rental, and finance, when you're in it for the long haul, Edmonton Trailer.
The job won't wait. Why should you? At AWS Welding Supplies and Repairs, conveniently located in Nisku, we've got everything you need to get it done. From product sales to servicing and calibrating machines, we're your one-stop shop. We're a proud, locally owned and operated business, committed to serving our community with a proven track record of customer service. Don't let a broken tool slow you down. We offer fast repairs and free same-day delivery of in-stock items to Leduc, Nisku, and South Edmonton. AWS Welding. We make it happen.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Leading Edge Physio. We treat pain and injuries head to toe and some other issues that might surprise you, like incontinence, vertigo, neuropathy, and cognitive issues. We invest in the technology, techniques, skills, and people who know how and what to fix. Life shouldn't hurt. LeadingEdgePhysio.com.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
Hey, Joe Connor here at the Jason Gregor Show. How are you doing today? Good thing. So you can hop on with Jason for a few. Awesome. I'll bring it over. We'll get to you shortly here. Now, Terry Ryan's going to join us as well, so he'll throw some questions here. Hey, thanks a lot.
Lovely Thursday afternoon. Welcome back. It is the Gregor Show presented by PlayAlberta.ca, where the daily grand, $1,000 a day for the next 20 years, $7.3 million. God, it's so awesome. You've already made $1,000 a day before you even leave the house. Every day. That'd be pretty darn good. Pretty good for a lot of us. I don't know. No, I don't need it. We'd all take it. We'd be very good. Now you can take a lump sum, but that'd be kind of boring. Right? Kind of boring. So, way you go. Check it out, playalberta.ca. Also, look at the Jason Gregor Show and you get your odds boost on a few little parlay action. So check it out, playalberta.ca. Todd is up to $1,700 now on our month of giving package today. We're helping out the Christmas Bureau. It is catered 5-course meal. Myself and Struds will be with you. There's 6 of you, us 2, and then we have some special guests. A little surprise. If I told you who it was, let's just say you'd be surprised. So we'll see if the bids go accordingly. Somebody that you usually wouldn't get to dine with, I'll say that. It's 5-course meal. It's catered right to your home. Chef Fabricio Daros, the executive chef from Loca, will be serving up the food. Dave Owens from Sherbrooke is going to come by. We got wine. And then once we know what the meal is, he's going to make sure we have drinks that cater to that. He'll talk to you, something you like. He'll bring in a few extra bottles. You get to keep that as well. So, and it'll all be for the Christmas Bureau. So, fantastic deal right now at $1,700. So we'll get that up to help out the Christmas Bureau today. I'm Jason Gregor. Connor Halley, welcome in Terry Ryan, former NHL. I know TR's not there. Okay, well, we'll try to track him down in a sec. But let's get to around the NHL, brought to you by McDonald's. And he's built a worse box with old socks as a prize and even left behind a Who Hash surprise. Looking to see the Grinch's big reveal? It's only at McDonald's, his Grinchiest meal. Check it out right now at McDonald's. As Joe Haggerty from the Boston Sports Journal joins us. Joe, how you doing, my man?
What's going on? I could tell you enjoyed that Grinch read. That was well done, my friend.
Oh, I appreciate it. It's always good. Add a little poem. I'm not a poet, but I can pretend I'm one for a day. Tell me this, like Morgan Geekie. You look at trades that, not a trade, I guess it was a sign. Like I look at Seattle, who's floundering. They can't score. They didn't want to pay this guy $2 million, so they didn't qualify him. And Boston signs him for 2 years at $2 million. And now they sign him for an extension. And even the extension looks like a bargain right now. This guy's unreal with 24 goals.
Yeah, I mean, it's making the Bruins look like geniuses, obviously, for locking him up at the number that they did before the season started. But if they, if you hooked them up with some truth serum, they would not have known that he was going to continue to maintain the goal scoring pace, and that last year wasn't going to turn out to be a career year, and that he was going to be able to build on it. And, looks like do even better things in bigger numbers as far as goal scoring goes this year. But it really comes down to shooting the puck and the way he shoots the puck. And I think the confidence that he has now after putting that 30-goal season under his belt, I think there's a whole different level of offensive confidence for him. And he, making plays and also just taking the shot and not deferring to others when he has the shot, because the release and the shot is one of the best in the NHL. You don't see many players in the NHL that have a good enough shot that they can beat a goalie when the goalie sees the shot coming. And Geekie is one of those guys. Even when they know he's shooting the puck and they think they have an idea where he's going to go, he can still beat them because the release is so fast and because he shoots the puck so damn hard. And you add that to a guy who's got really good size, playing on the wing, plays a rugged game, is kind of built for the playoffs with the way he's going to be, play physical and puck possession, and also carve out his spot and get to places he needs to continue to create that offense. And you've got a guy that's going to be a really, really effective player, and frankly, a guy that the Bruins absolutely positively needed to continue to produce at the level he was last year. They didn't know where the offense was going to come from this year beyond Pasternak, and offense hasn't been a problem for this team, and a big reason for that is Morgan Geekie and the way he's scoring goals. And the other thing I would say too is that he's shooting the puck now more too. If you looked at the shots per game that he's putting up this year as opposed to in the past, that tells you that he has the confidence now to shoot the puck more and that he knows he's a legit goal scorer. And I think that's all tied to his confidence.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense too. You shoot the puck more, especially when you got some confidence, things are going to go in. But the biggest surprise maybe is that on the line, suddenly Geekie is the sniper over Pasternak. Like, he's got almost twice as many goals. It's wild. And Pasternak's played well, Joe, but he's like, this guy's 60-goal scorer. Like, he's top 4 goal scorers in the NHL the last 5 years. But has he kind of bought into, or are teams just, still being like, okay, it's Pasternak, I'd rather risk getting beat by Geekie?
Yeah, I think they're definitely playing off defensive attention that Pasternak gets, and teams automatically sort of drifting and gravitating defensively towards Pasternak, and then he, camps out on the other side and posts up on the other side, on the weak side, and he's got a pretty good chance for a one-timer or a good scoring chance. And one of the most underrated parts of David Pasternak's game, because everybody thinks of him as a game breaker, a goal scorer, a really creative player at finding his own offenses, he's a good playmaker too, and he's become really good at reading the pressure when it's coming, reading single coverage, double coverage, like whatever they're going to throw at him, and knowing where other guys are going to be on the ice and being able to set them up. And it's bearing out in the assists that he gets as well over the last few years. You know, he's just a complete offensive player, Pastrnak, and you put him with a guy like Morgan Geekie, who he's got good chemistry with, and he's going to set him up all day. You could see that developing last year, and it's really continued into this year. The interesting thing for me is that what you've seen when Pastrnak was out of the lineup for the 5 games with the injuries, you can see that Morgan Geekie wants to show that he can do it without Pastrnak, and he's done it on different lines at times this year too, where they've separated them out, and it hasn't slowed down his goal scoring at all. Like, he's a legit goal scorer on his own now, even when he doesn't have Pastrnak setting him up. And it looked like it was almost a point that he was proving when Pastrnak was out, like, hey, I can do this with or without 88, even though I love him as a teammate, and he's a great asset when I'm out there with him.
Yeah, for sure. Looking at the Bruins overall, Swayman since November 1st, he's 11-4. He's got a .920 save percentage, 2.42 goals against. He's looking like the goalie that he was beforehand here, Joe. And, you know, like last year was obviously a disappointment for everybody in Boston. You know, they really kind of flamed out, and some people were like, maybe they're not going to bounce back. Like, obviously Geeky's scoring, that's a big one, but their depth guys are producing, and Swayman looks like the goalie of 2 years ago again. Is it too simple to say that the holdout hurt him and he never caught up and now he's back?
No, I think that's it. I mean, I think obviously there was like the pressures of being a number one goalie for the first time. Last year was the first time he didn't have a Vezina Trophy winning level goalie as his partner. You know, he had Linus Ullmark and Tuukka Rask as the guy next to him for all the years that he's been in Boston playing goalie. And last year was the first year it was kind of falling on his shoulders, and he didn't have somebody, you know, really bona fide to lean on. Obviously, Korpisalo's a good NHL goalie, but he's not, you know, Vezina Trophy level like the other guys were. So that was part of it. But, like, I really think it comes down to the missing the whole training camp, being a young goalie that didn't quite know how to prepare himself for the season and be ready for it, and didn't understand, I think, maybe how important it was going to be that he missed training camp and how much that was going to put him behind the 8 ball. I had talked to some people last year about it, and what they'd all said to me is, like, if it was a veteran goalie that had been around a long time, they wouldn't have worried so much about it because they know what they need to do to prepare. They can figure out a way to get ready, and they know exactly what they need to get ready to start a season. But a guy that really hadn't even been a number one in the league yet and was still on the young side, as far as all that stuff goes, people had told me, like, watch out. He's going to have a really he's going to be trying to jump onto a moving train once he starts playing, because he really doesn't have the knowledge yet and the experience to know how to prepare himself to start a season without training camp. And I think that's exactly the way it bore out. But, like, let's be honest, it was also, the Bruins were absolutely abysmal defensively last year too. And, you know, when they lost McAvoy and Hampus Lindholm, it got even worse. And and the fact it was Jim Montgomery's system, which was really not stingy defensively anyway, and was geared more towards scoring and creating offense and taking risks defensively and all that stuff. It was kind of a perfect storm for him to have a bad year. But I knew anyway, just having known Jeremy Swayman a long time and knowing how talented he is and how good he is technically and all that stuff, that he was going to bounce back this year. I had a feeling, and I think he also had something to prove to everybody, and I think he's doing that right now.
Yeah, they're looking good. Connor McDavid's on a roll. He's got 20 points in his last 7 games. Zadorov, Lindholm, who are going to see more against McDavid tonight?
I would think Zadorov is a guy you're going to see plenty of. He has been playing really well, extremely physical, just a dirty, mean, and nasty guy, and he's been playing that way. And, you know, he takes some penalties, but I think the Bruins are okay with that. You know, they've been playing McAvoy and Zadorov together quite a bit. So, you know, McDavid may see both of those guys together. That would be my guess. They've made a pretty good pairing when they've put them together. And that might be something they do anyway now, because they're a little bit, snake bit by injuries right now, and their depth is gone, and they're playing some guys that maybe they're not quite sure how many minutes they're going to give them. And I could tell you one thing: you're not going to see Mason Lowry out there much defensively against Connor McDavid, based on what happened last year. Even though he's playing a little bit better this year and he's in the plus, I think you're going to see a lot of Zadorov out there, and he's played so well this year that he's earned that right to be out there against the other team's best players.
Well, and McAvoy. I remember McAvoy actually caught McDavid with one of the more physical hits we've seen, right? So I could see them out there. When you got Peak, Lowry, and Soderstrom, those guys are all third pairing guys. One of them's got to play in your number 2 pair. And I'm not even sure any of those guys are even a number 5. to be honest. Like when you look at a team, so their back end's a little bit banged up. What's the update as far as when some of those guys are coming back?
Yeah, the latest update I had heard was that none of them were like super close to coming back. I know they had just put Aspero on the IR when they made the waiver pickup they made the other day. And you know, he'd been amazing as an AHL signing that was playing 20 minutes a night. Was as recent as a couple weeks ago, was leading the team in plus minus. And the Bruins have, and Alex Steves is another guy that fits into this category this year. He's turned into a top 6 forward for them that scores goals, plays physical, was a 39 goal scorer in the AHL last year. The Bruins have shown an uncanny ability, and it's not an accident or a coincidence anymore, to find guys in the AHL that can play in the NHL and can play a pretty good sized role on the NHL team for the Bruins in other organizations that are being, blocked somewhere. And Aspero is one of those guys, really solid defensively, stay at home, keeps it simple, but actually can make all the NHL plays as far as first pass, evading the forecheckers, and doing all that stuff while also playing nasty and physical as well. He's been a big addition to the team since injuries hit when they called him up from Providence. And now they miss his presence quite a bit that he's out. It's funny to say that about a guy that was an AHL call-up, but I think it's absolutely true. But, watch Steves tonight and watch him play. I can't believe the Toronto Maple Leafs didn't have room for him in their lineup based on what I'm seeing and what I've seen all season. That kid's a real find for the Boston Bruins.
Yeah, he's looked really good. And, Fraser Minton. So I think the Bruins, like a lot of teams, Joe, if you put a true serum, they'd like a second-line center at the trade deadline.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They definitely need one. There's no doubt about that. And, they kind of need a first-line center. I mean, Elias Lindholm is filling that role right now. But I think ultimately he may end up being the second-line center, and they really need a first-line center. And, it's interesting how all this is going to play out, though, right? Because they definitely need something like that. But at the same time, they have a guy in college that they could have been the number 1 overall pick in the draft last year, in James Higgins at Boston College, that is absolutely dominating Hockey East and the NCAA, scoring goals all over the place. And I think everybody expects that he's going to sign with the Bruins after this college season is over. So do they really need to go out and overextend for a top 6 center when they're going to be able to sign one coming out of college that's a real high-end player that's going to jump right into their lineup at the end of the season? So watching how they figure that out and watching how they address that situation is going to be interesting, because I think they've got the ultimate answer coming at the end of the year from Boston College.
Joe, as always, my man, great to catch up with you. Have yourself an awesome day. Enjoy the game tonight, and advance Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Yeah, thanks. Merry Christmas to you and yours as well. Always a pleasure, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.
You betcha. There's Joe Haggerty from Boston as the Oilers taking on the Bruins. We will take a quick break coming up. We'll update you on the month of giving. Spec is going to join us. We got 5 questions. Then we'll get to the pregame show. Ferrara will join us at 4:20. Corbin Smith's coming by later on. Talk a little Seattle sports, a Kraken, and the Seahawk big game in the NFL tonight. And much, much more on a busy Thursday afternoon on the Gregor Show, presented by PlayAlberta.ca.
We want orange. Give us the orange. We want orange. Bring back the orange.
You got it, Canada. Booster Juice orange smoothies are back by popular demand. The original, the marathon, and orangesicle smoothies are back and bursting with tangy zest of oranges. They're Canadian favorites. Orange, you glad they're back? Only for a limited time. So squeeze the day, smoothie lovers, and head to a Booster Juice near you now. Booster Juice, Canadian born, blending since 1999.
Mr. Rooter decorates a gingerbread house.
Wow. What did you do here, Mr. Rooter?
Well, we've got a Jube Jube toilet, complete with an icing-based wax seal. The main water line is licorice, red for hot, black for cold. You got your standard marshmallow hot water tank and a candy cane sewer line. And on the outside, candy corn hose pipes. Disgusting, but they get the job done.
To have your Yule clogs fixed, trust one plumber, Mr. Rooter.
When you have lifting and material handling needs, Northwest Crane delivers. Western Canada's Sandy dealer, backed by the industry's toughest one. 3 years, 3,000 hours, no compromises. They service all crane makes and models with skilled technicians and deep industry expertise. Alberta owned with locations in Leduc and Grand Prairie and fully equipped service trucks. Northwest Crane keeps your operation lifted. For more information on sales or service, visit northwestcrane.com or call today.
He's a winner.
Wait,
she's a winner too.
Right.
Everyone's a winner during Wish and Win at Wolf GMC Buick. Every single customer is guaranteed at least a $500 bonus with a chance to save up to $25,000 towards a new GMC or Buick. At Wolf GMC Buick, we also have 0% financing up to 84 months on most of our popular SUVs and trucks. And we're clearing out remaining 25s, including cash discounts up to $10,000 on a great selection of Sierra HDs. 90 seconds east of the Henday. Wolf GMC Buick, where everyone wins.
And now Action Electrical's testing team is on defense duty. They're the guardians of safety and compliance, a critical part of any lineup.
Precisely. They perform rigorous safety and code compliance testing for commercial operations. Think of them as the referees, ensuring everything is up to standard before disaster strikes.
Their preventative plays are legendary, spotting faults early. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Sherbrooke Liquor, the best place for wine, cocktails, and beers from all over the world. Also a variety of excellent and non-alcoholic options. See more at SherbrookeLiquor.com.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
$3:24 Thursday afternoon, Sports 1440, sports1440.ca. The Gregor Show, as always, presented by our title sponsor, PlayAlberta.ca, where casinos, live dealers, lottery, instants, games, and all of it in one place, including the Jason Gregor Show odds boost specials. You can get it every day at PlayAlberta.ca. Stay within your limits. As Jill is up to $2,000 now on our month of giving package today, which is a 5-course meal, which is going to be prepared in your home by Chef Fabrizio Daros, executive chef from Loca. So it brings everything to you. You don't have to do anything. Just got to make sure you got a stove. Pretty much it in an oven. That'll be nice. And then you can relax. All of it. You don't have to even worry about, geez, what are we going to have for drinks? What do you like? No. We got Sherbrooke Liquor. We'll talk to them. Tell them what you like. They'll be bringing it. They'll make sure what we know for food, and then he'll pair certain beers, cocktails, everything to go with it, bring you a few extra bottles, leave it at your home, and away you go. There'll be 6 of you. Struds and I will join you, and we'll bring some special guests. Now, who that is, guess your imagination will run wild, but it'll be someone, let's just say it's someone I'm pretty certain. I don't know who every one of our listeners has dined with, so I can't say for certain, but I'm going to say pretty good chance someone you haven't dined with. Have some good stories. It'll be a lot of fun. So we're up to $2,000 today for the Christmas Bureau. If you want in, you can text in 833-401-1440, or you can give Connor a call and he'll take your bid on the phone. Same number, 833-401-1440. Let's get to the spec report brought to you by GS Constructions. They lay new pipelines, install new sewer and water line systems, while also existing infrastructure to prevent critical issues, keeping everything flowing across the city and beyond. GS Construction. As Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet joins us from Boston. Spec, how you doing?
Always important to keep everything flowing, Jay, especially at your age.
Buddy, you know what? 2 days in a row, your tie is tied straight. It's on. This is on. Are those did you buy some clip-on ties for this trip?
Buddy, I've been tying ties since you were in junior high.
That's true. It's true. Probably since I was in elementary. Who's kidding ourselves here? It's nice. Now, Trent Frederick spoke today. We've had people text in, oh, Frederick said he doesn't know what his role is. I'm assuming people are, I've never heard him say that. He never said that today, did he?
Well, they said, like, what role? The question was sort of, what role have you created for yourself? I believe that was the question from a Boston writer. And he said, I mean, I don't know what I've created. So I haven't created much for myself. I haven't had a very good start, but it's early in the season. So I came in a little while later and said, yeah, like you clearly look like a guy that you're looking for something to hang your hat on. You're looking for a role. What do you think that role might be? What role would you try to create if you could? And he said, I don't know. He said, first of all, he said, yeah. I said, are you trying to create a role? He goes, yeah. So I go, well, like, what might it be? I'm asking the guy, like, what do you think the role should be? And he said, I don't have an answer to that question. So listen, he's sick and tired of having guys like me and you ask him why he's playing so crappy. I get it. That's no fun. You're not supposed to like that when you're a pro athlete. So I'm not saying he was a bad guy or he was mean or my feelings are hurt. I've been doing this for forever. He's tired of me standing in front of him going, hey man, like, when's it going to come? So there's one way to fix that. And we all know what the way is, right? We all know what the way is. Play better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like, it's not rocket science at times. It's like, hey, what's the best route? Let's see what it is. Now, he's going to play center tonight. I know at the start of the year, he said he wanted to play center. Well, here's his opportunity. Now, he only played 7 minutes, Larry. It might have been 8. Like, I don't care who you are. It's really hard to do anything. So I don't, like, if all of a sudden he's playing 7 or 8 minutes, I'm not going to expect much from the player. I know the contract doesn't match the minutes, but on the other hand, Podkolzin's scoring lights out for $1 million. So whatever, right? You probably reverse the salaries and no one could complain, right? That's just how it works from time to time. So I don't get too focused on the minutes. I mean, the money. I focus more on what's the guy doing. Now, there's a reason he's only playing the limited minutes right now. He doesn't have any confidence. The coach doesn't have any confidence in him. And, sometimes, you play against your former team. Maybe that, it's in a building where you had some success, had the most success in his career. Maybe he gets just some good feeling vibes. And, like I'll say, I don't think there's a player on the ice who could use a goal more tonight in Boston than Trent Frederick.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I mean, he is in that vortex of now I've sunk to the bottom of the lineup. The top 2 lines are set here, and Roslovic's coming back. So there's no job up top for him unless there's a couple of injuries. He's in the vortex. I need minutes to get out of this thing, but my coach isn't giving me any minutes because I'm not playing good enough. That is the classic player vortex. I've seen it for a long time in the National Hockey League. And it ends up, the coach wins, right, Jay? The coach wins. You don't get more minutes, barring a bunch of injuries. You don't get more minutes until you earn them. Knobloch would love to see a Frederick that made him play the player more. He would love that. I could tell. I asked him today about Frederick, and he's humming and he's hawing and Knobloch. He's not John Brophy or Pat Burns. He doesn't want to carve, or Glenn Sather. He doesn't want to carve up a player in public in front of the cameras. He doesn't want to do it. Yeah. So he hums and he haws, and Freddie's okay, and it's not that bad. And he doesn't believe a word he's saying. I know that, right? I know it. But he's in a crappy spot because he's trying to protect the player that's just not getting anything done. And, I'll finish quick here. I know we ask coaches questions, and because we need answers, we got to fill our copy. We got to, we need airtime, all that stuff. I don't need to ask Knobloch what he thinks of Frederick. All I got to do is look at the game sheet every day and see 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 6 minutes, 9 minutes. That tells you what Knobloch thinks of Frederick. That's your evidence right there.
Yes. Yeah, there's no debate on that. Regula against his former team, sick. Not going to play. So, Stillman's going to play his 6th game in 3 years. But more so, we're going to see the versatility. I do know, talking to guys in Nashville, that Stastny has played the right side quite a bit. So him playing the right side, even though he's a left shot, is not going to be overly different for him. And, so we'll kind of get to see a little bit more of Stastny tonight.
Yeah, I guess so. And I'm all for it. Let's see how he looks. I mean, it's tough. You put a guy on the wrong side right away for sure. But, this is sort of the, Jay, this is a little bit where we start to wonder, about the dent left by Brett Kulak's exit. There was a lot of defensemen there. He would have been the guy moving up, right? Now you're moving up some kid. Now you're bringing in Riley Stillman, who he's got 160 games or something in the NHL. So he's played, but he hadn't played much around here, and
it's only played 5 the last 2 years, right?
Right. So Emberson needs to, what do they always say? The old cliche, one guy doesn't fill in for the loss of a player. A bunch of guys do. So Emberson his game has to continue to elevate. He's got to make up for Kulak's loss a little. Regula, when he's playing, he's got to make up for sure for Kulak's loss a little bit. Be nice if Wallman came back at some point here, So, they got a couple defensemen out. They got to deal with it. Everyone's got injuries.
Yeah. One guy's the Oilers' top 6 is really rolling spec. McDavid's obviously got 20 points in 7 games. Leon Draisaitl just got 1,000 points. He's been on a roll. Heck, Podkolzin's got 5 goals in his last 7 games. Matt Savoy's got 5 goals in his last 11
Hyman's got a 5-game scoring streak.
Yeah, they've got they got a lot of guys going in their top 2 lines right now that are feeling it. Now their offense is being. Is there any talk about the fact that they won in Toronto and it was really good, and then they kind of just take their foot off the gas. Montreal was terrible defensively, and then they let their foot off the gas again in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, both McDavid and Draisaitl made a comment after the game in Pittsburgh that, it's a shame for Tristan Jarry. We let him down at the end of that game. Mm-hmm. And, so yeah, are they aware of it? Yes. If they have a 5-2 lead tonight, do you think some guys in the bench are going to talk about that? I think it's time now where they'll start to talk about that.
Okay.
Listen, I won't beat up on a team that gets you the 5-2 lead right now. The 5-2 lead, that means you're playing good. It means you got the other guys where you want them. If it ends up 6-3 or something, 6-4, I'm not telling you I love that, but are you winning? Yeah, you're winning. They won 5 of their last 7. They got a loser point in the 2 losses. So it's only December. I think I would say to you, Jay, we've watched this team when it comes time to lock down. In the recent years, they lock down. But yeah, then nobody loves this. Nobody loves hanging their goalie out to dry in the last 5. Goes back to that Seattle game, wasn't it? 9-2 and ended up 9-4 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's being a trend that I know goalies hate it because they look and say, man, I played great here, and then the guys just because we still win the game, but your individual statistics. Guys don't really care that much about their plus minus. They do, but it's not nearly as for a goalie, their save percentage of goals against average, right?
It matters.
And it does matter. So it's one of those, it's just a small little detail that I think it's, shows they're not exactly where they're at, but they're still playing much better. Now the Beantowners are playing pretty well right now, right? And they're scoring goal spec. These 2 teams have scored the most goals, 1 and 2. In December. We might have an old school offensive shootout tonight. Of course, that means it'll probably be 2-1.
Or 1-0.
Yeah. Don't say that, Spec. God, that'd be the worst. But
hopefully, let's see some goals, man. Let's get after it. Boston's getting depth scoring. They kind of got, a top line and then a bunch of guys that are equally pitching in around here. So, the Oilers are they're coming at it a different way. Their top 2 lines are really good, and their power play is obviously really good. And that's where all their goals are coming from. So, let's see. One way is going to work, and the other way is not going to work tonight. I'll be interested to see. They also have some real toughness on this Boston team, man. They got 3 guys in. They call them Kastelik, not Kostelic.
Kastelik, yeah, Janot.
Kastelik. They've got Janot, and they've got the big Russian defenseman whose name's escaping me.
Zadorov.
Thank you very much, Zadorov. And 3 big, strong, tough guys. If you want to do that with them, the good old, that's Boston hockey, man. They're ready to throw down in this town. So mix for a good game, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, God. No, it definitely does. And, the Oilers, hey, they beat on their 2 really good games and then a stinker. So if they keep that trend, then tonight should be another good game. And they get a win. And then they got the back-to-back on the weekend in Minnesota, then in Edmonton on Sunday night.
Oh,
one last one about the Oilers. And just, overall, we talked a little bit about Podkolzin yesterday. I wrote about him today. He's really coming on. Like, his numbers are really good in his 5-on-5 and like offensively, defensively. He's doing a lot of things. Heck, if Russia had an Olympic team, Spec, he'd be on it. He'd be on it.
He darn right he would.
Played that well. Very kind of quietly, Matt Savoy's game has really come around here as well the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's just solid. Like, what I find with a young player like Matt Savoy is when they're not scoring, are they killing you? And he's not. And he's popping one in once in a while, right? The odd one's going in. But when he's not scoring, he's just fine. He's not hurting you. And that's, like the difference between him and I guess Frederick's probably an example now. He's getting minutes. Like, look at the minutes he gets from his coach. His coach is giving him minutes because he absolutely trusts the player. And that's for a first-year NHL player like Savoy. That's the biggest hurdle. You know this, Jay. The biggest hurdle is to get trusted by your coach so you get enough minutes, so you're out on the ice long enough to make some stuff happen. Frederick's on the other end of that thing right now. He's got barely any shifts to make something happen. Savoy, he's playing with top players. He's got lots of opportunity. Why does he get that? Because the puck, they're not pulling the puck out of his net all the time. So good for Matt Savoy, man. He's earned Knobloch's trust, and now he gets it gets a little longer leash, right, out of the deal.
Yeah. Well, and he's earned it. And
he's earned it.
It's good competition. Now, did Roslovic skate in the morning skate today?
I didn't see him skate in the morning skate.
Oh, okay. All right. So, I'm just curious to see how close, if there's a chance he plays against Vegas on Sunday or not. So,
I haven't seen him on the trip. I haven't seen him.
He was on the trip. He was in Toronto to start, but maybe he just went there and then for some reason get checked.
I saw the guys in the press box in, where were we just? Pittsburgh. There's three guys. There was Tomaszek, there was Jones, and there was, I think, Stillman. I did not see Roslovic in the press box in Pittsburgh. Maybe he stayed in the room. Like, he might, you never know. But either way, they say he's close. It is, he had a hand injury, and he had the injury he got from getting a puck in the, where. And it's not the hand injury that's keeping him out. It's the puck injury. So they say he's getting close.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I talked to him, and he was hoping to get in a game before Christmas. Felt like he was training that direction, but so maybe it would be that Calgary game. Maybe.
Well, let's hope he can pick it up. Like, there's a guy like I was talking to Stan Bowman about Tomaszek the other day, and one of the reasons Tomaszek isn't getting as much opportunity is they picked up Roslovic. They hadn't planned on that when they signed Tomaszek, and Roslovic walked in the door and would just hit the ground running, man. And boom, grabbed that spot next to Draisaitl in the top six. And all of a sudden that was opportunity that maybe Tomaszek was going to get. And he's not getting it over Roslovic, not the way he's playing. So Roslovic's been you think of the guys they've added around here, like Mangiapane, Frederick, Roslovic's been really good.
Oh yeah. Wow, very good.
Yeah.
Not every guy is going to be good at the same time. Otherwise, you'd be dominating, right? That's just
that's fair. If those other guys pick it up, they'll be a good team for it. We've got more than a half a season left.
Awesome. Spec, enjoy the game tonight, and we will chat with you tomorrow. Where are you? Yeah, you'll be in Mini tomorrow.
So. No, I'm coming home tomorrow, but I land in time to do the show.
All right. Okay. Well, fly safe.
All right. Thanks, man.
There you go. That's Mark Spector, the Spec Report, brought to you by GS Construction. We'll come back. We got 5 questions. We'll update you on the month of giving and more. It's the Gregor Show, presented by PlayAlberta.ca.
Hold up. Are you pulling my beard? Booster Juice has 2 new booster balls for the holidays this year.
That's right, Santa. The Eggnog Booster Ball and Caramel Pecan Pie Booster Ball are 2 new flavors to put some extra jingle in your step. So are you a pie guy, Santa, or a nog guy?
Both!
Good call. That's extra jolly. Happy holidays from your friends at Booster Juice. Canadian-born, blending since 1999.
Now for today's holiday special, Legacy Heating and Cooling saves Christmas. Santa's furnace broke down in the shop last night, and the elves couldn't make any toys, that's right. So Santa called up his pals at Legacy Heating. Ho, 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 golly gee, 1 year, no payments, interest-free. And the elves are working merrily with a brand new furnace from Legacy. Happy holidays from Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Cantork has turned 25. That's right, 25 years of building tools so good, they practically torque themselves. Hard work and innovation equals problem solved. See our latest designs at cantork.com.
You got a go-to coffee spot, a trusted barber, even a lucky game day jersey. But when it's about looking your absolute best, there's only one name you need: Mr. Dirk. Family run since 1939, we're experts in crafting impeccable tailor-made suits and offering a wide variety of everyday styles. Pair that with personalized one-on-one fittings and the convenience of on-site tailoring. Mr. Dirk elevates your style game. Visit our Edmonton store or explore MrDirk.com. Score big on style with Mr. Dirk.
At GS Construction, we focus on building a culture of collaboration, innovation, and respect. Our teams work together, supporting one another and striving towards shared goals. We're committed to creating a work environment that empowers individuals, values teamwork, and ensures everyone feels respected and safe. With decades of experience in the field, GS Construction prioritizes our people, our culture, and safety. This is what makes us unique. To find out more, go to gsconstruction.ca.
Excavators, loaders, lifts, compaction equipment, and more. Find the XCMG construction equipment you need. Available for rental or sale at Japa Machinery Group. Japa, helping build Alberta from the ground up for 50 years. Visit japamachinery.com. This hockey season, before every game, check out the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Sports 1440. It's brought to you by Titan Supply, your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca.
Wondering what you can afford? Let Go Auto do the math with our free car loan calculator. No pressure, no awkward convos, just quick answers on your budget and payments. Bad credit? No credit? We got you. Text CHECK to 780-777-7777. That's CHECK to 780 all sevens. Find out what you qualify for and start shopping with confidence. Go Auto. Drive what you love with payments that make sense.
Picture this. You're sleeping and you're awake. But it's a good day because you're about to make your way to McDonald's to pick up some breakfast. Fast forward, you're there. This, you can now get all those breakfast classics penny style with rich, creamy hollandaise-style sauce. A happy little tear rolls down your cheek. You grab your small McCafe premium roast coffee, still just $1 plus tax every day. And see. Get up and at 'em with the Egg McMuffin. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada. Prices exclude delivery.
Scott McGilvery here, HGTV host and renovation expert. The one upgrade I know homeowners will love: better, fresher Culligan water straight from the tap. Culligan's Aquasential reverse osmosis filtration system takes your water to the next level. With up to 7 stages of filtration and 14 filter options, they're certified to reduce over 90 contaminants. Your tap water is about to get a major upgrade. Safer water that tastes great. Get started with a free in-home water test at Culligan.com. Culligan, water you love.
River Cree is the place for all your favorite sports. River Cree Resort and Casino, featuring UFC action and boxing live on the big screens at Tap 25, the MVP of sports bars, and in the Center Bar. Plus, catch this fall's biggest games. Every goal, every tackle, every home run. River Cree is also home to the Twin Rinks, where rec hockey and community teams come to play. Public skating available. Details at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Culligan. For all your residential water needs, your local water treatment company, more than just big bottles. Culligan.com.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
.45, Jason Gregor, Connor Halley, Sports 1440, sports1440.ca, YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. It is a Thursday afternoon. It's always brought to you by PlayAlberta.ca, the Daily Grand. Get your tickets, get your chance to win $1,000 a day for the next 20 years, a total of $7.3 million. Good luck at PlayAlberta.ca. Month of giving. We'll update you on that in a second, but let's get to 5 questions brought to you by The Brick, where the boxing week Sales are on right now. You don't have to wait to stay in line till 7 a.m., get up early. You're like, no. You can get the great deals right now. Massive savings, furniture, mattresses, TVs, and more at The Brick and thebrick.com.
It's time for 5 questions on the Jason Gregor Show.
All right, Jason, question number 1. Oilers Bruins tonight. What is going to happen?
Well, I think there'll be goals. That's what I'm going to say. Well, the Oilers, I think their trend of right now, it's hard to bet against McDavid. So, like, honestly, the guy's rolling. The top 6 is really rolling. So, I think it'll be a 4-3 game.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be fun. Good competitive spirit. And now I'll take the Oilers to win 4-2 in this one with an empty netter. So, yeah, close game in this one for sure. Question number 2 for you. The Oilers have 4 games before the Christmas break. How many of which do you think they win, since we do both have them winning tonight?
Well, they got 4 games remaining. Their weekend back-to-back is tough because Minnesota's playing really well. They're at home. And the Oilers then have to fly and they have to play Vegas. Now, I got to look at, before I answer that, I think they're going to beat Calgary for sure. So that'll be one, I guess, 2, because I think they're going to win tonight. But I have to look at what is Vegas's schedule here. Does Vegas play Saturday? Yes, they're in Calgary, so they're both playing back-to-back. Vegas is playing, Vegas played last night at home, so they're going to Calgary Saturday, Sunday. Edmonton will go 2-1-1.
All right, I'm going to say 3-1 with one of their wins coming in the extra frame. So 3-1 for me for the Oilers next couple games here. Question number 3 for you, Morgan Geeky. We've talked about it quite a bit. 24 goals already this season. If you were betting, how many do you think he finishes with? Last year, he had 33.
Man, he's played really well. I'm going to say he finishes with 43.
I'm like you. It'd be tough to keep this exact pace going. I'm going to have him short of 50, but 45. Nice round number, 45 goals this year for Morgan Geeky. Question number 4 should be a great one tonight with the Rams and the Seahawks meeting on Thursday Night Football for top spot in the NFC West. Seahawks 1-point favorites at playalberta.ca. What's your prediction for this one? And are there any prop bets you might take a look at?
This is a pick'em game, man. Does the Rams travel issues? Is that the difference? I don't know. My concern is Seattle in the big games. Their quarterback. So I guess I will say I'll take the Rams with the points.
Yeah, they got to Sam Darnold last time, so I would expect maybe a little bit of a change in game plan for the Seahawks. Get that run game going. I'm going to take the Seahawks at home to get the job done, and I would bet the under in this one. Both of these defense in terms of points per game, top 5. The Rams allowing 18.6, the Seahawks 17.3. It's going to be good football weather, but 2 stout defenses, so I'd probably lean at the under in this.
Would you play the Seahawks, Jags, or Giants defense? Giants are playing Minnesota. Jags are playing Denver. Seahawks are playing the Rams.
Sorry, what was the first one? You had the Giants?
Giants over Mini. Giants at home. Jaguars on the road. Seahawks at home.
I might lean towards Seattle. No Devontae Adams. That's going to hurt in the red zone.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to watch out for the Rams tight end there. Parkinson, he's a good player, but I might go Seattle. They had a really good group there. So at home as well. Short week. I think that's where I'd go. Final question for you today. It was on this day in 1966, how The Grinch Stole Christmas first aired. Of the different variations of this classic, because you got the Jim Carrey and then you had like the more modern cartoony one, what's your favorite? And do you have a favorite animated Christmas movie or show?
Well, if I'm going animated, the Grinch Stole Christmas is fantastic. But I would, I always like Love Actually. And I like the train one. I never remember the name of it. The
Polar Express.
Polar Express.
Yeah, for the Grinch, I'm going original. It's got to be original. And then I like it because it's a little bit shorter, which might not surprise anyone. And then for the favorite cartoon, Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah, well, I thought about that one. Yes.
Classic, great music. The tree.
Oh, the Charlie Brown tree. Right? Well, now they're selling those, right? Like now they're like a commercial thing. You can go get your Charlie Brown Christmas tree at various places, and people buy it. And just like, God, we're suckers for anything. We would almost buy anything. So,
It reminds me, I need my Christmas lights on back here.
Yeah, get them on.
Just turn them on. Might have to get a tree for next week.
Yeah, get a tree for next year. Yeah, just get it. You can go get the Charlie Brown one. It wouldn't be very hard at all. Hey, was that a Dolly Parton song coming on the last break? What was it?
Yeah, it was Hard Candy Christmas.
Dolly's still performing. It's unreal.
She's elite. Yeah,
she is. She's a gamer. I'll tell you that. Like, frick. She is. I don't even know how old Dolly is. Got to be close to 80, isn't she?
79. Oh. She turns 80 in a couple of weeks. Actually,
there you go.
You're very accurate.
Pretty much bang on. Yeah. So, good for her. Hard worker. And you know what? She donates so much to charity, like gives back, as she should. When you make that much money, like it's kind of embarrassing when you see some of these people, billionaires, and we donated like $100,000. What the hell is that? Right? It's like us donating $100, which is really nice, but it's not like anything special. So probably not. It's probably like them like donating $20. Joke. Absolute joke. Now, our listeners are different. Jill was at 2,000 and Mike's in at 2,200 on our month of giving package today. Pretty good package. You're going to have a 5-course dinner prepared in your home as an executive chef, Chef Fabricio Daros from Loca. Come to your house. He's going to cook. So you know what? Make sure your oven's ready. Stovetop's good. And David Owens from Sherbrooke Liquor is going to come in, and he is going to be in charge of all the beverages. Imagine hosting a party. You don't have to do any work. It's unreal. There'll be 6 of you. Be Struds and myself, and some special guests. Now, there's no date, but I'd recommend we don't do it in January. It's usually a little bit chilly. Try to avoid that as much as we can. So, to come springtime, maybe there's no rush on when we want to do it. We find a date that works for you, works for the group, and away you go. And I can tell, having done these in the past, the stuff that they prepare for you is so awesome. Because what does a chef like to do? They're like a musician, really, of food. They like to try different things and find out what you like, anything you don't like. Obviously, they're not going to do. And then they come in and they make it, and man, it's awesome. So be a lot of fun. The food's going to be great. Drinks are going to be great. Is Struddy doing dishes? It's always possible. It's always possible. Now, I will say this, Lou. One thing, I'm a dishes guy. Like, I crush it. I would put my dish cleaning skills up against anybody. Prompt, efficient, clean. Do it all the time. It's kind of my job. I know it sounds weird, but for me, like, it's just at the end of the day, I like just stand there over the sink, washing the dishes. It's just kind of very simple. You take your mind off of things. I quite like it. So I don't have a problem doing it. If someone needs the dishes done, I would do the dishes. But usually, Fabricio brings an assistant, and they clean up everything, man. So there's no mess left behind. You just have a lot of fun relaxing. So 833-401-1440, 833-401-1440. Mike is up to $2,200. Let's get to a sports update, then we'll get to the pregame show. Sports 1440 update brought to you by Loca. Quality market, gourmet meals from over 200 chef-prepared meals. And now you can order it, and it'll be delivered right to your door. It's very simple. Go online, meals.loca.ca. Just eat, repeat, heat. It's pretty damn good. Meals.loca.ca.
The Sports 1440 update.
Game day, the Edmonton Oilers out in Boston, set to take on the Bruins. Puck drop just after 5 o'clock. Our weekend coverage with Andrew Walker, Gregor, and Ferraro gets going next year on Sports 1440. Elsewhere, Canadians host the Blackhawks, got the Sens taking on the Penguins. Kings in Tampa, Caps host the Leafs. Flyers taking on the Buffalo Sabres. Blues and Rangers cracking up against the Flames, and the Sharks hosting the Stars. Week 16 in the NFL gets going tonight in Seattle. The Seahawks taking on the Rams. That starts at 6:15. And in the association, Toronto Raptors in action. They'll take on the Bucks at 6. You've also got the Thunder hosting the Clippers. The Heat take on the Nets, Pacers, and Knicks. Rockets in New Orleans. The Mavs host the Pistons. Warriors taking on the Suns. Jazz host the Lakers. And the Kings meet the Trailblazers. Coming up next here on Sports 1440, pregame coverage with Walker and Gregor. I'm Connor Halley. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440, the Stingray radio station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
Day or night, tasting just the right. You can order oodle noodle at oodlenoodle.ca, delivering you the news almost right away. Remember, you can order oodle noodle at oodlenoodle.ca. So stay on your couch all day and order oodlenoodle.ca. Oodle noodle.
Your New Year's Eve plans just got a major upgrade. On the Rocks is throwing the ultimate party to launch you into the new year with a bang. The legendary Tall Boy is hitting the stage live, providing the soundtrack for an unforgettable night. A 3-course dinner is available to kick things off before the main party starts. This is how you celebrate New Year's Eve. Dinner and a party tickets are available now. Book your spot online at ontherocksyeg.com.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. December is here. Christmas shopping, Christmas wrapping, Christmas baking, grocery shopping. What about our vehicle? Does it need tires? It's not running? No problem. We got you covered. At Northgate GM, we have a tremendous selection of newer used vehicles, winter tires at cost, and of course, service with a smile. Come in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country. Edmonton's only 24-hour-a-day sports radio station can be heard anytime, anywhere. Sports 1440 is streaming on your phone, your tablet, your computer. Download an app today and listen to Sports 1440.
What a performance by Action Electrical today. Their projects team kicked things off, designing and building with unmatched skill.
Then the service team swoops in for those crucial repairs and maintenance. And don't forget the testing team, ensuring everything's safe and sound before the solar team scores with sustainable energy.
A complete team effort. Have Action Electrical bring home a win for you and your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Do you listen to sports radio at work? Like right now? Well, do you?
Who, me? No way. I swear.
Okay, friend, we won't tell. Tens of thousands of sports fans listen to Sports 1440 each and every day. On the radio, on the listening apps, on YouTube, and on social media. If you listen to Sports 1440 at work, well, maybe it's time to advertise on Sports 1440 at work. Grow your business. Get your name out there. Shoot our ad team an email. Gregor@sports1440.ca. Let's get to work for you.
At Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better. Order your large butter chicken pizza today for only $19.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and operated.
Why pay dealership prices when you can get the same quality for less? Hi, it's Lisa, and here at Ed's Auto Salvage, we've been Alberta's trusted source for used auto parts for nearly 50 years. From engines to mirrors, transmissions to tires, we've got it all at prices guaranteed to keep your wallet happy. Shop local, shop smart. Shop Ed's Auto Salvage in Westlock. Be sure to visit us online at edsautosalvage.com and get your vehicle back on the road for less.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Northwest Crane, available for all your lifting and equipment needs, specializing in selling and servicing cranes. Get lifting at northwestcrane.com.
It's the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Edmonton's only 24/7 sports station, Sports 1440.
Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. It's 4 p.m. It's an early one today. Oilers continue this road trip in Boston against the Bruins. Should be a fun one. It is the Titan Supply pregame show right here on Sports 1440. Your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca. Andrew Walker stepping in for the next hour in the Jason Gregor Show, joined by Greg's and Connor Halley, and then regularly scheduled programming again on the Gregor Show from 5 until 6. How are you doing?
I'm good. Walks were up to 2,300 from Todd on our month of gaming package today. The dinner and the drinks from Loca catered into your home, and then Sherbrooke Liquor, myself and Struds, and some special
with
guests.
special guests. And I can, I know people might be hesitant to pony up even more. The special guest is not me, so go for it.
Hey, you never know. You never know. Maybe that would increase.
Hey, listen,
the
if
price.
people are paying $5,000 for dinner with Brandon Douglas, this one can get up to.
Yeah, it's true.
This one can get up to that.
It's very true. Yeah, it definitely can. So it helps out the Christmas Bureau today. So 833-401-1440. It's catered into your home. 5-course meal from Chef Fabrizio. So it's going to be awesome. And then all the drinks and the pairings and everything from Sherbrooke and Dave and the company. I can't guarantee it'll be fun. I'm trying to tell Struds to bring some personality. So we'll see if he has some this time.
So yeah, Struds would be on.
Yeah. We can get on. His jeans will probably be a little tight. That might be the only challenge.
What day of the week is this going to be?
It's usually on a Friday or
Saturday.
Yeah.
Then just straight to. I guess depends on where it is, right?
Yeah.
It could be a downtown place. It could be.
It's at their home.
for
Yeah,
sure,
exactly. Ryan's in at 2,400.
Yeah.
Too.
So straight to On the Rocks right after.
Oh, there's. Yeah. I can't say that that's not a possibility. All depends.
Behind the scenes, little good news and bad news. Good news is I'm feeling good. I'm ready to go on the pregame. Bad news is I left all my computer stuff at home. I had a busy day out, so all the Oiler conversations, it's all
Just
up here
up
in the head.
your head, buddy.
All
It's
up
good.
here in the head.
It's good. Nice. Yeah, your laptop's not with you. You're locked out at home.
No, I got nothing, and my
Nothing.
phone is dead, so it's being charged over there. So everything is everything's just experience.
It's
That's
like
all
old
it is.
school. You're like, you
Yeah.
mean I actually have to write things down and remember them? Oh,
Yeah, you have I would say just give me the copy of the Edmonton Journal hanging around here,
Yeah.
but I don't know if
No.
I don't know if you guys subscribe anymore.
No, I do actually. I've been trying to get my son to read. He kind of likes it now because there's just something different about having it in your hand, and that's because what I was raised on, right? Like, can take it with
100%.
you. It's great. I find you can read it better. It's better.
You are and myself, we're not that different in age, but we are kind of that last generation where you completely know what life is like without cell phones and internet.
Yes.
Right. And you completely know what life is like with them.
Yeah. Like
no one else has that.
Oh,
right. Yeah.
Like the kids nowadays, like they're kind of like, what do you mean you didn't have a phone? What do you mean you didn't have this? I'm like, no, we didn't have any of it. And guess what? We survived. Like,
yeah.
You don't need, I wish we could go, I wish for kids, because I look at Australia and they banned all the social media. I wish we would go back to just flip phones. Because the whole point of the phone, you don't need the computer on there. If you just had flip phones, okay, I use the phone to call, guess what? Kids wouldn't care about a phone anymore. Like, what do you mean? Now my parents can get a hold of me? Screw that. I don't want a phone, right?
Yeah, how often do kids talk on the phone?
Yeah.
Not very often.
But it would change. It would change if that's what it was, right? If they weren't just, Snapchatting each other and actually had to talk, they would talk.
Pagers. Bring back pagers.
Oh, pagers. That was on. Remember when
I never did have a pager.
I had a pager through work once. And for the first month, I thought it was awesome. And then after that, I was like, God, this sucks. Because now it's like it beeps and you're like, oh my God, now I got to go get a phone and find it because it wasn't like I could call from it. So
right. So
that was the worst.
I'm too young for not too young, but I didn't have one. So just to get this clear, a pager would be like a little garage door opener thingy.
Yeah, and it would come up with a number and said call.
And then you'd have to go find a phone to call that person.
Yeah. It's like the first step before a cell phone.
Right.
Yeah. No, I didn't have one. I never had the big like the Ray Ferraro white, big cell phone that looked like it was a home phone. I wasn't, I didn't have one of those.
I remember my dad had a bag phone from the car in Saskatchewan. And
Those were unreal,
it wouldn't work.
Oh,
there was nowhere
but it
that
looked
it would ever
awesome,
work.
right? It was like you had the phone with the cord in your car. It was amazing.
You're old when you've had a conversation where the first thing you say is, guess where I'm phoning from. Right? Like, I don't care.
Cons, who's up to 3,000, by the way?
Blair, give me a call.
Blair, okay, we're at the 3,000. Now we're rolling.
I told you. See,
All
I
right,
just had to announce I wasn't coming.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Who knew?
All right. So Canucks are also, I believe it's a Canucks type of thing tonight. Landon Farrar, our game day analyst who usually is on the Gregor Show on Thursday, is going to join us a little earlier in the pregame show tonight. Oilers Bruins coming up about 55 minutes from now. Let's go to Landon right now, brought to you by Ed's Auto Salvage in Westlock. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. How are you doing?
All right. Doing okay. It's so I know I've been through colder weather. I know that, but it feels like I haven't. I'm freezing.
Oh yeah. The first cold snap. It's funny. Like I went shoveling outside. I was outside shoveling for probably an hour.
I shoveled
yesterday.
3 times
Yeah.
yesterday.
And because I do remember, like last week, I remember coming to the house and saying, God, I am soft. Because when I was younger and worked in the oil field, man, like you're outside every day. And someday, it's 15, 16 hours minus, like I still remember Fort Liard. It was minus 52. It was the most cold I've ever worked in my life. And like the machines weren't working. I'm like, what are we doing? But that was the worst. But when you work outside all the time, you get acclimatized to it.
I guess.
It's like the people, I'm like, how do these people live in like 120 degrees in Arizona? I'm like, man, we just get used to it. So used to get used to it. And I remember taking my gloves off and working outside now if my gloves off for 30 seconds, my hands are cold. And I'm just like, God, I'm way soft now. So, but once I get out there, I love it. Like there's just something about refreshing.
So it's real cold snap, and I play a lot of hockey, different shinny skates or whatever, and I made the mistake.
You left your gear in your car?
Yeah, so frozen. And the gear is frozen, so I got to put it on, and it's like you're like trying to like break the socks, like to open them up to even put them on. So that's uncomfortable. And then you never warm up because the rink is as cold as like Argyle Arena is. If it's minus 20 outside, it's minus in there. Not fun.
That was always the best in junior. You'd get just killed in like Brandon, bus home the entire way that night, get back to the rink, and we're like, put the cold frozen gear on. You're skating at 7 a.m. before school. Like just, you feel gross going into it. You know you have no fun on the other side of getting that gear on either.
Yeah. Brent Sutter yelling at you.
Well, I was past that. Brent went to Jersey. I got Brian.
Oh, you got Brian.
He was a little
That's
more
right.
subdued.
That's one way to describe it. Yeah. Landon Farrar joins us. So we'll get to Bruins in a second. When was we were just talking like we're the last generation, Greg's and I, that we completely lived as adults with no cell phone and limited internet, and then obviously we know the benefits of modern technology. When did you get your first cell phone? Like when were you texting?
Oh, I got my first cell phone. I would have been like 14. And I think I had
like, you leave home, you better have one, I guess is the.
Yeah, but it was like my plan was like you get 12 minutes for the month and like 12 text messages. So like I barely used it. It was come pick me up here, please. Can I do this? Like that was kind of it. But when you guys were talking about that, the one thing that popped into my mind right away, because, like I didn't have internet for a couple years that I fully remember, but then it was there, but it was dial up and all that. But was directions. Like now you just pop it in. You don't think, like I never know where I'm going. I follow my phone blindly. But going to a different hockey rink you've never been, and you got to get MapQuest, put in the address, get it all printed out. Without a doubt, my mom's yelling at me on the way to the game because I've got us lost because I missed a turn. Like just all of that. And just, my little brothers, they're not dealing with that. Like they don't have a clue what's going on. They're buried in their phone all day.
Sometimes I find it hard to believe. So I start in radio in 2002 in North Battleford. I'm doing news, like, right? A lot of people have to start in news and hopefully work your way to sports. That was the whole idea. So I'm like fresh out of school. I'm reporting the news, like going to town council meetings and stuff like that, and like filing reports and doing radio stuff. I didn't have a cell phone. Like I don't even know how it. No. I don't even know how I did it.
I didn't know you had it in you.
You didn't have a cell phone?
Yeah.
Like,
you had it's called a notepad and a pen.
I suppose.
And you wrote things down.
But how did I let like the news editor know, like, hey, I'll be back at 7? Like, I don't know.
Well, the great part was that was the thing where you left and like people just were like, nowadays we feel like everybody has to know like your exact time. I hate, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Why are you telling me? Just show up in 5 minutes. God.
But Greg, I was just talking about this the other day. I miss that part of it so much of, okay, we're going to meet at the mall at 3:00.
Yeah.
Everyone got there at 3:00.
Yes.
You knew if you missed it, you just weren't going to see your friends that day.
Exactly.
Now they're like, well, I'll get there when I get there.
Yeah, because where are you guys?
Here.
I'll come meet you. No. We're going to meeting at the mall at 3. Yes, it's way, but like the promptness. Now people are like, man, I can just show up wherever because I get a hold of them. It's like the worst.
Landon Farrar for Ed's Auto Salvage, the used parts experts, province-wide shipping, daily delivery to Edmonton. Visit edsautosalvage.com. So Oilers and Bruins, lots to get to. You're a former Bruin. What was I do think, not that I have experience, but if people ask you, hey, if you could play anywhere, where would it be? Boston's always right at the top of my list. It's such a great town, one of my favorite cities in the States. It's a wonderful sports town. And just the jerseys and the original six, all of that, how it breeds toughness. And I've always said if I could play for any team, it would maybe Boston. What was your favorite part about being a Bruin?
I was lucky. Like 2 of the 3 teams I got to put jerseys on were original 6 teams. And it's no slight to the other teams. They just haven't been around as long and there's not as much history, but you feel it putting that jersey on and everyone that came before you. And it's the people that are hanging around the rink still. In Detroit, they have all the past players in there that are different jobs, or they're just coming in to hang out and talk. It's the same in Boston. People are constantly coming in and out, and you just feel that presence of everything that goes on in the organization. So it makes it that much more special to play. And then, of course, with the type of people that are in that city that love their sports, they love the fight in their teams. Like, of course, they want to see nice plays and goals, but they love the blue collar player that goes in and works hard and will fight, and like kind of that bit more of old school type hockey. Like, it's just a fun environment to be in. And then on top of it, you have that knowing, like going into games, knowing if we don't play well, like we're going to hear it. Our fans are not going to be happy. They expect wins. They expect effort. And that's a fun way to play.
So it's an excellent point and a good segue into Trent Frederick, because when he played in Boston, he seemed to be the prototypical Bruin and all those things you mentioned. Hey, puck's not going in, go punch someone, go hit someone, go agitate someone. And he was kind of like, in a lot of ways, he kind of started his career like Brad Marchand's, started his career. And all of a sudden he's, not scoring 20, he's scoring 30 and 35 and 40. And so I understand, I've always understood why the Oilers made a play to get this guy. And while his first impression was maybe not great enough to give him 8 years, I thought that, that was a little extreme, but hey, at least they got their guy. I don't understand. And I struggle a little bit, Landon, because I know the NHL is hard. And I know it's even, too hard to say, well, just shoot the puck or go hit someone. Sometimes you're not even in those positions. I've told this story a lot. I remember this old Jarrett Stoll quote. He was a very good player, obviously. And, he was in a slump or something. And it might even been you, Greggs. I can't remember who asked him the question. And Stoley said something like this league is so good. There are some nights I go out there and I'm sitting after the game. I'm like, did I even touch the puck tonight? Right. Which it's such a good league. So it's easier said than done. I get it, but I am still confused as to what has happened with Trent Frederick. Like the over under tonight, we're going to focus on Frederick's hits, and you'd think that's the easiest over ever. Just go and hit something, and that's not even happening.
Yeah, I'll start by saying, I don't mean this to be, quick and snippy at Frederick, but I think he's confused of what he is right now. He misses the majority or basically all of last year with the ankle injury. He gets traded. He comes over. He plays in the playoffs. And, he plays and he tried. And all of us didn't really overanalyze anything because you knew he had missed time. And coming back from that ankle injury is tough. But then he gets a full summer and now into the new year here, new season. And to me, it just doesn't look like he's convinced that he knows what his job is and what his role is. And for all of us watching, it seems so easy, but you're an energy guy. You have to go hit people. You have to get to the net. You have to get in the extra little skirmishes, especially if your team has a slow start. The starts for Edmonton are really important. When they score first, they win a lot of their games. So emphasizing the start is big. So if you feel that your team's a little off, go be that guy that pulls people in. Get into doesn't mean you have to go fight, but get into the skirmishes. Just cause a bit of mayhem on the ice. But you see him almost overthinking the play all the time and trying to be in the right spot and trying to do the right thing, like almost just turn your brain off and go. Whatever your first read is, go. Allow, like we had talked about with some scorers and different players, and even with Savoy earlier in the year when nothing was really happening, he was trying to figure it out. You're like, I'm okay if you make mistakes. I'd rather see you make mistakes because you're trying and you're going to figure out, you're going to get yourself on a roll, and it all kind of even itself out. Like Frederick needs a bit of that now. Just being told, I want whatever your first read is, go. Anytime you're close to someone with a puck, hit them. Like, just get yourself involved all around it. And before you know it, the puck's going to start bouncing to you. There's no formula for it, but it happens. You have to earn the puck bounces. You have to earn the play to be put towards you in front of the net in areas where you're going to be successful.
And if I was, Greg's, if I was the coach or if I was his agent or anyone that, had some authority to speak into his life, my thing would be, like, what are you worried about? Like, I would love to be sitting here and having a conversation of like, boy, Frederick gives you energy, but like, is he taking too many penalties and is he playing like a little close to the line? Like, that would be wonderful to have that talk, right?
Well,
that'd be great.
Yeah.
And on top of it too, like you're sitting there, say you're his agent or someone from the team, you have an 8-year contract. What happens if you go out and start trying to make some plays and get to the point you were just talking about, walks of like playing on the edge a little bit? Like, what's the worst that happens? You're already locked in. You're safe. So just go.
Like, I look back when he's like, okay, I'm going to fight the toughest guy in the league, which was a terrible decision. Like, Frederick's not that tough. Like, he's not a heavyweight guy. Like, I was like, yeah, great gonads to do it. I understand that. But I'm like,
it kind of fast tracked a lot of fans giving him a bit of a runway, right?
Maybe. But you know what? Like, there's lots of other guys you could have fought that it would have been like, hey, okay, you know what? This is good. But I think, like, get in someone's face, like fighting whatever, like get it constantly in their face. Like, when was the last time Frederick initiated a scrum, for God's sakes? Like, walked into a guy, hand in his face.
Anything. Take a penalty.
Yeah. Well,
take a penalty. I don't care.
Every now and then, I always say, and Len, I think you'd agree with me, aggressive penalties, I've always said they get killed off at a much higher rate than a lazy tripping penalty. They just do.
and even if they don't get killed off, you don't really care because you're like, you know what? It was worth it. We got to lick in on that guy. We'll get that back.
Yes.
And I think the other thing for Frederick of, like, you bring up when he fought Olivier, and I'm not saying this is his thought process because I don't like just coming on and saying this guy's taking the easy way, but like, that's kind of the easy way. It's like, it sounds dumb because you got to go get your face punched in and you are risking getting hurt. Like, it takes a lot of courage to go do that, but it's a lot harder to night in and night out get in guys' faces, cause the skirmishes, take the extra lick because you're being a pain in the backside. Like, doing all that is really tough. Psyching yourself up for 10 to 15 seconds is sometimes, and I'm saying it from experience. I've done it where I'm playing terrible and I know the easy way that I'm not going to get yelled at by my coach is I'll go fight that guy. He can punch me a couple times and then it's done.
Yeah. It's tricky, right? Because like the one thing I know, Trent Frederick is not like, he didn't, the second he signs and it's like, wow, I got 30 million guaranteed in the bank. I did it. Time to rest on my laurels. Like, that's not the attitude.
No,
like,
not at all.
It's not. It's
anything,
not who
it's the
guy
opposite.
is.
Now it's like, oh, I want to live up to that. I want to show everybody.
Yes.
Like, I think people who feel that the guy just decides not to play, it's not. You don't get the contract by having that mentality. And so once you got it, now you're like, okay, I'm proud, but geez, now I got to live up to that. I want to show everybody I was worth it.
Yeah. And again, it's really easy to say, do this, do that. The league is so hard. But unless, I don't know, maybe the high ankle sprain thing, maybe this is it's an 8-year deal for a reason. Maybe we don't even start the conversation until year 2. But like, I don't know. At this point.
The high
but Watts, I would say, like you're saying, like the Stoll story of this league's hard. You're talking about scoring. That is really hard. The finishing checks and getting getting into the net front and causing skirmishes.
Yeah, it
no
seems
one's
like
really getting in your way of doing
it
that.
seems
That's
like an
its
easy
choice.
fix. It seems like an easy fix. You're right.
Yeah, it really is. And again, it's like that will get the rest of his game to come along. I'm not saying that he's gonna, if he starts doing that, all of a sudden he's gonna get 15 goals, but the rest of his game will follow because you're so into it. You're throwing yourself into the right positions.
I got a kind of a text exchange from a friend the other day, and so this is the tough part, and especially now that Stuart Skinner is out, I think there's going to be more people looking at Trent Frederick.
Oh, they got to find somebody.
People need their guy, right?
Yeah.
And Nurse, it's true, and same in Vancouver. Like Nurse,
same in every market.
Yeah, Nurse has been big enough or good enough last couple of years where people have kind of shut up about him, right? Like you're better with him than without him. Skinner's there, Bouchard's there, and now it's going to be Frederick time for sure, which is kind of some of his own fault. I do go back though to, I mean, with or without Frederick, this team's still going to make the playoffs, and we'll talk in a few months. I've used this analogy before, but like Mike Pekka, everyone was over the moon about this guy.
He's out of shape all year.
Terrible.
Yeah,
he had a terrible year,
yeah.
right? And it was kind of before social media, so everyone didn't kind of get their digs in online, but he was brutal. And then what happened in the playoffs? He was a low-key Conn Smythe contender. He was so good.
Yeah.
So listen, Frederick can change a lot of this narrative if he's like, better in the spring. But
just a reminder for Oilers fans, Pekka had 9 goals and 23 points playing 17 minutes a night. Like
I'm surprised he scored 9, to be honest.
Yeah,
but that Olympic break could be really big for Frederick, right? Like a big reset. He can get him, take a week off and then get back on the ice and start working at things. And it's almost like a fresh slate for himself.
Hey, speaking of whipping boys, Skinner obviously, had his day here. Tristan Jarry comes in. He's 1-2. If you're just going to look at the box score, he gives up a garbage goal very late in both games. So it's not like his numbers are through the roof or anything like that. However, are you noticing a different feel? Would you guess that the team looks a little energized just because there's a different body in there?
Well, I mean, it's hard to fight against that notion. It does have a bit of a different feel. He just more consistently looks confident when making the save. Even when the same result is they make the save, it just looks like he's positionally there. And sometimes with Skinner, even when he's locked in, it looks like it's still almost lucky that he made the save. And, so having that little bit, but, even something like on the penalty kill last game, gets dumped in, Jarry takes a couple steps out of his net, grabs it, and just rips it down the ice. Like, just those differences. Guys will be sitting on the bench, and especially the PK guys, see that and like, oh, that's going to be nice to have back there, or have that little weapon, right? So, like, there's just a kind of a fresh feel, but then, I mean, maybe you can attribute it to that a bit, but, I mean, has Connor McDavid looked as good as he did last game at any point this season? Like, it was ridiculous how he was moving, and
he's been out of his mind for a couple of weeks.
So in fairness to Skinner, like, the guys are playing way better in front of him now too.
Yes, of course.
So it's hard to go through it, but I don't know, like, does one affect the other or not? Regardless, the outcome is you have a goalie that looks pretty confident in there, and you have players that are playing way better in front.
Well, it was weird. It was weird, obviously, watching the other night because Stuart Skinner's been a mainstay for how many years here. And it kind of felt like you see how the other half lives. Like it was kind of a vintage Skinner game, right? Like the Penguins went down by 1 billion men for 1 billion minutes. Not Skinner's fault. He allows a couple. Later on, there's a bit of a weak one on the, I guess it was the Savoy goal. But at the end of the game, like the Penguins get kind of drilled, and you're like, well, technically it wasn't really the goalie's fault. Like, I feel like we've had that conversation a number of times here, and that's how that one felt. He was, he made a bunch of big saves, but the defending wasn't good enough, and he didn't bail his team out. Not that that's the goalie's job every time, but it kind of felt like, yeah, we've seen that Skinner a lot, in Edmonton.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty fair, right? Like, the tough thing with Skinner was when he was on, he was really good, and you could feel confident with him in there for the most part, but you always had in the back of your head of just waiting for that mistake. And that's why, at the end of it, like, that's why they had to make a change, because all of us had been feeling that. And I guarantee the guys feel that a bit too, that you're just waiting for that one thing to go. But when he was just kind of going through the motions a bit more and fighting the puck a bit, like, he'd give up a couple of easy ones early, and then he'd play really well. But like, it didn't matter by that point. They were chasing the game. So like, it's a tough thing. You don't want to have to try and figure out how you feel about the goaltender after the game every single game, of like, am I being too hard? Am I not being hard enough? Like, trying to find the right response. That's the wrong response.
Yeah. Landon, we know you got to run to another radio gig, so enjoy your evening. We'll talk to you in the post-game show, I believe. Landon Ferraro for Ed's Auto Salvage. Thank you.
Yep, have a good one. We'll talk to you in a bit.
All right, Ed's Auto Salvage in Westlock, the used parts experts, province-wide shipping, and daily delivery to Edmonton. Visit edsautosalvage.com. Okay, the Weiss Johnson text line is open, 1-833-401-1440.
And also, Ryan B's up to 3,200 on our package now. Cons? There you go. Cons likes to keep track.
Goes until 6?
Yeah, about 5:50, really. And then any of the bidders, I always have their phone on. Connor calls them, so then no one can say, hey, I didn't get a chance to bid.
Speaking of the Weiss Johnson text line, let's do the River Cree over-under, so you get as many opportunities as you want to get in on this. And we are going to focus on the former Bruin, who we'll talk about a little bit coming up as well, Trent Frederick. Really simple. He's not going to play a ton of minutes tonight. He is playing up the middle for, I believe, the first time this season. Will he have... Can Trent Frederick get a shot and a fight? Or sorry, a shot and a shot and a hit.
Shot on goal and a hit?
Yeah. I mean, man, our
He's got to get
bar
both.
is very low right now.
He's got to get both.
He's got to get both. So
Frederick has 37 shots in 34 games, so an average of 1.
Okay.
But I'd have to look at, like, how many games did he ever have 2 shots on a goal? Let me look. How many games has he had 2 shots this year? Oh, God, he had 10 shots in 2 games. So he's only got 27 in the. He has had how many games with 0 shots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my God, yeah, so that's not bad. A combination of a hit and a shot.
Yeah, and listen, the hit, like, if he doesn't have a hit, what's going on here, right? So that should be a given.
Yeah,
you would think it's a bit of an objective stat. Maybe they don't give it to him, but will he have at least 1 shot and at least 1 hit in tonight's game? So text us over or under, obviously over for yes, under for no, on the Weiss Johnson text line, 1-833-401-1440, and we could send you $100 to the River Cree Resort and Casino, where you can catch all your favorite sports live on the big screens at Tap 25 and in the Center Bar. Visit rivercreeresort.com. Okay, we'll be back with more, including a look at the lines and the injury report as well. Andrew Walker, Jason Gregor, and Connor Halley. It is the Titan Supply pregame show on Sports 1440.
Wing Wednesday at First Round. Whether you're coming for the first round, the last round, or a few rounds in between, they've got you covered with half-price wings every Wednesday night. Half-price wings. Over 35 delicious flavors like Cajun salt and pepper, maple bacon, and Inferno wings, now half price every Wednesday night. Wash them down with a cold pint of Canadian or Coors Light for only $5.75. Half price Wing Wednesdays at First Round in West Ed and now downtown. First Round, burgers, beer, sports.
Winter in Alberta doesn't mess around. And neither does Titan Supply. For over 50 years, we've earned the trust of our customers across a variety of industries. Because we lead with integrity, honesty, and respect. I'm Joe. And I'm Brent from Titan Supply. When the weather hits hard, we're fully stocked with rigging, lifting, and hauling gear that works as hard as you do. Titan Supply. Built on trust, driven by safety. Serving Edmonton, Grand Prairie, Red Deer, and Calgary. Let us help you face the weather the Titan way. Visit titansupply.ca.
Touch base on the Weiss Johnson text line, 1-833-401-1440. Keep your home warmer and energy costs down with a Goodman furnace installed by the pros from Weiss Johnson. Visit weiss-johnson.com for your new Goodman furnace.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
Boxing Week blowout starts early at the Brick. Find real Boxing Day prices early and beat the rush on the 26th. Score the best deals on electronics and appliances, plus save up to $1,000 off sectionals. Buy more, save more. Up to 25% off bedroom and dining, and up to 40% off mattresses, and $500 off big screen TV. Don't wait for the crowds. Shop the Brick's Boxing Week early access event. Some exclusions apply. The Brick, saving you more.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
Oilers pregame is brought to you by Titan Supply. Built on trust, driven by safety. The Titan way. Visit titansupply.ca.
Ring in the new year with a Canadian country legend. December 31st, in concert at the Silent Ice Center in Nisku. Brett Kissel. She drives me crazy. With special guests Haley Benedict and Morgan Clyburn. Bring your friends, your cowboy boots, and your party spirit for a night full of hits, celebration, and unforgettable memories. Hosted by Chris Sheets. The countdown to 2026 starts with Brett Kissel live on stage. Get your tickets now at silenticecenter.com/events.
Portions of this hour brought to you by On the Rocks. The Oilers are back in action, and OTR is ready to be your hockey headquarters. $5.75 Molson Canadian, 69-cent wings, and play, score, and win every game. See more at ontherocksyeg.com.
Sports 1440 and the pregame show with Andrew Walker. We are Edmonton's sports leader.
It is the Titan Supply pregame show, your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca. Oilers coming off a really good-looking win in Pittsburgh a couple nights ago. They'll look to continue that in Boston against the Bruins. Tristan Jarry back in between the pipes looking for his third win in 3 starts. And, yes, a bit of a homecoming of sorts for not only Trent Frederick, who we talked about, but Max Jones is going to be playing on Trent Frederick's line as well tonight on that fourth line. Brings us to the lines for Nisky Ford, niskyford.ca. I have no technological equipment, so Greg's, you're going to have to help me out with this one. All this month, get rates as low as 0% or choose rebates as high as $10,000. Details at niskyford.ca. Do my job and tell people the lines.
Well, we'll start with Boston. Lindholm with Pasternak and the second leading goal scorer in the NHL, Morgan Geekie, with 24. Then you got Zaka with Kuznetsov and Mittelstadt, and then Fraser Mitten with Essimont and Alexander Steves. Man, Leaf fans, why do we give up on Alexander Steves? That's kind of, but you know what? Hey, Canucks fans are saying the same thing about Pod Colson. And then you got Corrali, that's their physical line. Corrali with Kastelik and Tanner Jeannot. On the back end, Zadorov and McAvoy. Lindholm with Andrew Peak. And then Mason Lowry and Soderstrom. And they're the bottom 3 defense in Boston. They got some injuries right now. Like that's where I think you want to try to take advantage of things. And then Jeremy Swayman, who's red hot, 11-4, .920 save percentage, 2.42 goals against average since November 1st. And the Oilers, a few lineup changes for the Edmonton Oilers. Up front, McDavid with Hyman and Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl, Savoy, and Podkolzin, Henrique, Jan, Mark Mangiapane. So no changes there. But Frederick's playing center, Lazar's out, and Max Jones comes in with Quinn Hudson. Then on the defense, Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse with Spencer Stastny on the right side because Regula's sick, and Riley Stillman will play his first game with the Edmonton Oilers. He'll be with Ty Emberson, and Tristan Jarry will play his first consecutive game with the Edmonton Oilers in goal.
I know he came back, But Lazar must be banged up a little bit.
Yeah, that's got to be.
Yeah, like it swelled up after he took off the gear or something. But
it did not look like I was stunned when it came back.
It was one of those. You know what it reminded me of? Remember the Stortini?
Oh yeah,
collapsed on his ankle. You're like, wow, his career is done.
And then
he's played in the same game.
Yeah,
couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
that was same with Lazar. I'm like, he's done.
Oh,
He's done for the year and probably done as an Oiler. And maybe he's in the Spengler Cup next year. That's what I thought.
Yeah, no, it was good for him, but I think there's probably twofold. So maybe it swelled up, but it's also Jones' former team, and sometimes and although Lazar's being fairly physical, I've actually liked Lazar's fourth line.
I've had no problem with Lazar. Yeah,
like when everybody's healthy, if he's your fourth line right winger, like I would take him over Mangiapane right now, and I'd take him over Frederic the way Frederic's now. I think Frederic still potentially can get going, but at some point he's got it. You can't keep living off of what if.
Yeah. The Frederic to get back to this, the Frederic conversation it's a fascinating one because I said this to you off air. I had a conversation with a text with a friend the other day, big Oilers fan. He's like, is it time? Will you admit that the Oilers messed this up? Will you admit that it's a terrible contract? And like, I understand why he thinks that. I understand why people are fed up. And this is also a good thing and a bad thing. We're 30 games in to an 8-year contract.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like it does no good to just make up your mind. And this is who he is. And the organization screwed up. Like I've seen enough Trent Frederic over the years. Like he's better than this, right? It doesn't mean it's a good contract, right? Like would they take a do-over? Maybe. Who knows? Like maybe they might.
Yeah.
But there's got to be, because there's no buying him out in year 2, and it's not the old days. You can't just like bury the money in the minors. That doesn't work. You can't trade him. No one's taking that. So you got a couple options. You can just try to run this guy out of town, or you can just be a little patient. The team's winning anyway. It's been a very curious start, but 30 games obviously does not an 8-year contract make, but it is a red flag. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it's not a good start, but and again, like, hey, I blame the player for playing this poorly. I don't blame the player for signing the contract. Right? Management was the one who bet on 8 years, right? So the player's got to live up to it, and he's got to play better. There's no question about it. We've seen players. I can go around the league, guys who have good years, bad years, but the problem is it's the first 34 games of the contract.
Yeah.
And you don't think that it's not weighing on him. Like I can tell you, I've seen Trent. Like it's like he's walking around with an anvil on each shoulder. And then there's a few gorillas on top of the anvils, right? Like it weighs on guys. It does. Anybody who thinks, the player's just happy taking your paycheck. No. Right? Not anymore. First of all, it's direct deposit. You don't even get you don't even see it. Second of all, it's that you don't make the NHL thinking like, I just want to get a big contract.
Yeah. And at the same time, like, again, and I'm not one of those, it's easy because I watch on television, but like the answer to all of this for me is just go out and hit somebody. Right?
Yeah.
Is it not?
Well, he looks at times, I've watched games that he looks like he's second guessing himself, even when he's hitting. Watch how many times like he'll be caught in the middle of, do I just go through the guy? Well, no, I got to let up. And it's just like, I've seen some of his hits where it's like, does this guy even know how to hit? And I've seen it. I watched it. Like I've had a lot of guys in Boston that have reached out. I was like, I'm like, am I delusional? Did I not remember a Trent Frederic who was really good? And guys in Boston, like, man, they love Frederic. He was like an ideal third liner, physical, aggressive, assertive, and then got promoted to the second line at times. And you're like, wow, it was awesome. Like, and his money is really under the new salary cap. It's basically like a $2.6 million player in the old days.
Yeah,
right?
the money is not something that's going to crush you, but at the same time, the Oilers this summer were watching every penny.
Yes.
And so they committed a lot to it here, and they believed in this guy, and probably still believe in it. But for when I just look at Frederic, and he was getting, like, he's never gonna moonlight a little bit like he did with Draisaitl and McDavid to start the year, right? There's no Hyman, and hey, let's throw Freddie up there and see what he does. The playoffs still loom a little bit for sure. But I don't quite understand yet. And again, you're right. It's a bad 34 games, give or take a few good games in there. And you would love this to come. It's like, from November until February in year 4. Boy, he struggled in that span. And then he figured it out again. It's tough when they come right at the start. That's for sure. But we'll see. Maybe Trent Frederick has a little bit of juice tonight, playing in Boston.
If he's not getting juice tonight, then when's he getting it?
Yeah. But what is the next step? I guess.
Well, he's got to play through it. That's you're committed to the guy for that long. You can't expect you'd like it to just be a big switch and all of a sudden he has a game and he's all in. It's probably going to be a gradual. He's got to get a few things to build off of, steps of positivity. Tonight maybe he makes a really good defensive zone play to save a goal. You're like, okay, that's a positive, right? And they build off of that. That's probably where it's going to start, right? Maybe a big momentum changing hit. Getting a goal is great. You see it, but you know what? It would be nice. Don't get me wrong for him, but even just something where he's like, hey, I contributed.
Yeah. If all their forwards get back, I guess, now we're talking potentially healthy scratch territory. And to me, I think it's the last thing they want to do, because then all of a sudden everybody knows about it, right? It's a headline, right? Big free agent signing gets healthy scratched. And all of a sudden, I think you're adding a little bit of gas to that fire. I don't think they want to healthy scratch him until he starts, actively hurting the team, if we're not there yet. But we'll see. Same question to you I asked Landon. Tristan Jarry comes in, and it's a different feel. Now, do the Oilers win these 2 games with Stuart Skinner in net instead of Tristan Jarry? Probably, right? They blew the hell out of the Leafs and then blew up Pittsburgh. And, Jarry allowed a couple, garbage time goals, which make the numbers look very pedestrian, much like Stuart Skinner's. But I don't know. I feel like there's a different vibe. Maybe that's the most obvious thing in the world. And I haven't been around the team, but it felt like, whether he's a gigantic upgrade or not, it felt like a bit of a weight was lifted from some of those guys.
Well, it's like anything. They're twofold. It can be like, you know what, man, the guy still was, everyone says, oh, they would have won without him. Like, no, that's just based on nothingness. There's nothing to prove that at all that they would have.
Well, you know what I mean, though. Yeah, if Skinner plays his usual average game, or you can't blame me, you probably win those games.
No. I'm talking to the playoffs, right? People say, that they would have won with someone else. I'm like, maybe, but they might not have either. Against Dallas, both years he was outstanding. So, but I think, Skinner, did he have some inconsistencies? 1,000%, right? But so do a lot of other guys on the team. The difference is when you're goalie and you have inconsistency, you can make a terrible giveaway and the goalie can save your bacon. If you don't make the save and it's a terrible weak goal, no one saves your bacon. That's the difference, right? And so I think that with Skinner, Jarry will come in Edmonton and he's probably just like, oh my God, this is unreal place. There's so excitement. And so I think the Oilers were playing better before Skinner got traded, right? Look they dominated Winnipeg. They dominated Seattle. They'd had some dominant games. And so it's a good time. Jarry comes in when the team's playing better, even though they stunk with Pickard against Montreal.
If you would have made some big deal at the height of everyone wanting to make a deal, new goalie comes in here, gets absolutely shelled.
Yeah.
Right.
The way they
weren't playing.
No, they're playing terrible. So I think it's a combination of a few things, but I do believe there's probably a little bit of, you know what? Slight guilt that, when we played poorly, it was always on the goalie. So because look at last game, even McDavid and Draisaitl both said, it's unacceptable what they did to Jarry in the final 3 minutes of that game, right? You got a 5-2 game, you're well in the lead, and then you give up some softies late. That one against Toronto, it's a 6-2 game. 6-2 to 6-3. The difference between Jarry having a plus 900 and now an 860 are those 3 goals in the last 3 minutes. So I've liked Jarry's play when the games were, when they mattered.
Yeah, me too.
The time. Yeah. Oilers took advantage of it. He made a big breakaway save against Tavares in Toronto. He made a pretty good save late in the first period against Pittsburgh. So he's made saves when needed to be, but he also hasn't been called upon as much as the Oilers goalies were early in the year.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. So 2 games, 2 wins, team scores 6 in both these games. The first time you get into a 2-2 type of game in the third period or a 1-1 tie late in the second, that's going to be our first real look at at Tristan Jarry. But again, it's amazing what you can pick up just from, interviews or TV or whatever, because the team's been on the road. But the feel just feels a little different with Tristan Jarry for sure. Let's take a look at the hairline injury report brought to you by Dr. Vance Elliott. As always, the world leader in hair restoration. Visit drvanceelliott.com for a free consultation today. You're going to have to do this one as well. It's
the Oilers' injuries.
The usual, plus Alec Regula is sick tonight.
Alec Regula is ill, so he won't play tonight. Roslovic, Kapanen, Wallman, Klattenberg are all on IR or LTIR for the Edmonton Oilers. And
Klattenberg must be getting close, eh?
No, I haven't seen him skate yet. So lots of swelling behind the eye is what I was told. So they got to be ultra cautious with that. Meanwhile, the Boston Bruins have they got some injuries of their own. You got Jordan Harris. Victor Arvidsson's out again. He was hurt earlier. Now he's going to miss his third straight game.
I can't believe it.
I know. Blumel and Mike Callahan, Asprot also out of the lineup for the Boston Bruins. But all their main guys are playing.
McAvoy was out for quite some time after taking that puck in the face in Montreal. Now he's back. And I believe he's still wearing the full cage, but they need him back. He's a minute eater. He gets hurt sometimes too, to be fair. Probably because he plays such a heavy style for a smaller guy, but he's one of my favorite guys. Like, he would look great on the Oilers blue. He'd look good on anybody's blue line.
Oh yeah, no, he's good. And then I forgot Noah Phillips also still injured, and then Lazar maybe banged up. We don't know 100%, but he's just listed as a healthy scratch tonight with Regula and Tamau.
All right, in case you missed it, the River Cree over-under, we focus on the former Bruin Trent Frederick. Two-part question, and we're setting the bar very low. It might be an easy thing to say over on. Will he have at least one shot and at least one hit in tonight's game? So he's got to hit we're not even saying get a point, but he's got to hit the stat sheet in two categories, a shot and a hit for Trent Frederick, over or under on the Weiss Johnson text line, and we could send you $100 to the River Cree Resort and Casino. Okay, we'll be back with more on the Titan Supply pregame show. We hear from head coach Chris Knobloch on the other side, Andrew Walker, Jason Gregor, Connor Halley, Sports 1440.
He's heading into the driveway. Temperature's dropping fast, folks. He opens the hood and, oh no, the battery's on thin ice.
Yeah, that's a tough break, Tim. I mean, you can't expect to compete and win with weak parts in your game like that.
But wait, he's made a clutch move. He's gone to Napa Auto Parts for the win. They've got batteries, winter-grade oils, antifreeze, and wiper blades built for cold Alberta conditions.
That's a championship play, Tim.
With over 85 Alberta locations, visit your local Napa store today or shop online at napacanada.com. That's Napa know-how.
Across rural Alberta, volunteers and community groups work hard to make life better for their neighbors, creating new playgrounds, better rinks, and gathering places that bring us together. Vision Credit Union is proud to lend these local heroes a helping hand. Apply today for a Helping Hand grant up to $10,000 to support your community's next big idea. Let's make great things happen together. Applications are open until January 31st, 2026. Learn more at whatsyourshare.ca. Oilers pregame is brought to you by Titan Supply. Built on trust, driven by safety. The Titan way. Visit titansupply.ca.
Pre-matchups are brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. For all your automotive needs, go to your trusted experts in high-quality parts, tools, equipment, and more. That's Napa know-how.
Hey, Gary, is that your dad?
No, this is Evan, the new sales rep I hired.
Oh.
First impressions matter, but when hair loss takes over, it can feel like you're not being seen for the maverick you truly are. Hi, I'm Dr. Vance Elliott. At Advanced Hair and Skin Surgery, we know that hair loss is more than just a cosmetic issue. It's personal. Let's discuss all the cutting-edge options available so you can make a great impression every time.
Book a free consultation today at drvanceelliott.com.
Ring in the new year with a Canadian country legend. December 31st, in concert at the Silent Ice Center in Nisku. Brett Kissel. She drives me crazy. With special guests Haley Benedict and Morgan Clyburn. Bring your friends, your cowboy boots, and your party spirit for a night full of hits, celebration, and unforgettable memories. Hosted by Chris Sheets. The countdown to 2026 starts with Brett Kissel live on stage. Get your tickets now at silenticecenter.com/events.
Ho, ho! 'Tis the season to find the perfect gift at the perfect price at Leduc Goldsmiths.
The annual Christmas sale is on now with 10 to 25% off all in-store products. All natural and lab-created diamond engagement rings up to 25% off with a wide selection available. You'll have no trouble finding the right piece. The team at Leduc Goldsmiths have years of expertise to help find what you need. Leduc Goldsmiths on Main Street, Leduc. Leduc's Jewelry Store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. Touch base on the Weiss Johnson text line. 1-833-401-1440. Keep your home warmer and energy costs down with a Goodman furnace installed by the pros from Weiss Johnson. Visit weiss-johnson.com for your new Goodman furnace.
Santa checked his list twice. Low Tide asked for a Motorola phone from the 90s. Low Tech, still ahead of the curve. The Lowdown with Low Tide. Weekdays noon to 2 on Sports 1440.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Cantor. What's the best way to beat the tariffs? Buy Canadian. Cantor's products are not only made in Canada, but right here in Edmonton. Save money, support Canada at Cantor.com.
It's the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Edmonton's only 24/7 sports station, Sports 1440.
Welcome back. Getting on to 5 o'clock. It is 4:51 from the Sports 1440 studios. It is the Titan Supply pregame show. Andrew Walker, Jason Gregor, Connor Halley. A Titan Supply, your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca.
Quick little update for our month of giving walks. Blair was at $3,600. Now Ryan's back up to $3,800. It's the 5-course meal catered and prepared by executive chef Fabricio Daros from Loca. Bring it right to your home, and there'll be 6 of you. You have a unreal dinner all night. You're also going to get David Owens from Sherbrooke Liquor coming in. He's going to pair all the drinks, wine, maybe need some port, whatever it is, going to go all night with that. Struds and I will be there, and we'll bring some special guests. Who that is, that makes it a little bit of like the Christmas surprise. Let's just say I think you'll enjoy who the guests are. It might be a little surprised. So.
Everything, I'll tell you what, everything pairs well with a nice Bud Light.
Well, it's according to Struds.
Yeah.
Jeez. Are you a Bud Light guy too?
Yeah.
God,
yeah. Not every. I know
flavor.
You're very fancy.
There's no flavor. Well, not even fancy.
Not every.
No
not
flavor
every beer has to be an experience.
No,
you know that.
Some do.
Yeah. Not every beer has to be an oatmeal stout.
Like you know what? Those beers are great after your first good beers, because then I buy the third one. It doesn't matter. You should. Have you ever had a Chimay Red?
I don't think so.
Okay, see, I'll bring you one, and trust me, once you have it, you'll be like,
don't get me wrong. I enjoy good. I would say the majority of my beer drinking though comes like in the locker room after playing hockey.
Okay.
I mean, you can as long as it's cold.
Yeah,
you
sure.
know,
At that point, you're
focus
just
on my
sweating,
veins.
just like I'm gonna, you're chugging it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
It is the Titan Supply pregame show. Over under. Will Trent Frederick have at least one shot on goal and at least one hit in tonight's game? So text us the answer over or under on the Weiss Johnson text line 1-833-401-1440. Okay, time for the matchups. Brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. For all your automotive needs, go to your trusted experts in high quality parts, tools, equipment, and more. That's Napa know-how. 2 guys, one on each team. Greg's are out of their minds, red hot right now. Connor McDavid. I mean, how do you slow this guy down if you're Boston? The other one, I would submit to the jury. Over the last calendar year, there is not one NHL player that has had a more surprising, crap, this guy might be actually a player than Morgan Geekie.
Oh,
there's I can't think of one.
100%.
There's listen, Bedard took a step. Celebrini is way better than I think a lot of people thought this early.
Yeah.
But Morgan Geekie, man, he was an expansion pick by Seattle. Right? That's how
he's got the most goals in the calendar year of 2025. He's got 49. His next goal will be 50 in a calendar year. That's pretty damn good.
That's pretty good.
McKinnon's at 46. Robertson's at 46. The Brinkat's at 44. Pasternak 43. Crosby and Draisaitl, Tage Thompson, Seth Jarvis at 42, and then Ovi is at 41. In that calendar year's time.
You want a cross-sport analogy? You know what he reminds me of a little bit is when the Blue Jays picked up Jose Bautista. it was like a waiver trade kind of thing.
Right.
And he came in and just tore it up for the last couple of months.
Yeah.
And it was the organization had seen enough. They're like, we actually think that there's something here, and it's not just a hot streak. And like Morgan Geekie having 20 goals in the final, month and a half of the season last year. I mean, hands up if you're like, no, that's what this guy is. He's a legit NHL sniper. I didn't quite see it, but he's picked up where he left off. He's one of the game's great scorers right now.
Oh God, yes. And if you look in the month of December, it's McDavid and Draisaitl are 1-2 in scoring, 20 and 16 points in 8 games so far in the month of December for those two. They're both plus players again, which is well, Draisaitl has been all year, but not McDavid.
No, McDavid was almost. He might have been double digits minus at one point.
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
close.
Yeah,
8-9.
Yeah, a lot of empty net goals against because they were trailing a lot of games. But it's not just them. You look at Zach Hyman's got 7 goals in his last 7 games, right? Podkolzin's got 5 and 7. Matt Savoy's got 4 in 8. So you're getting your top 2 lines in Edmonton right now are rolling. You get a little bit of a pulse here, but it's more so they just got to reduce their goals against.
Yeah, the most under the radar contributor has been is probably Nuge. He's very quietly at a point per game. He missed a little time there, but I think he's got 25 and 25 or 26 and 26.
Nuge and for points. Yeah. No, he's actually
pretty good.
He's had a good year. Like when he's played. Yeah, there's no you can't argue. Nugent Hopkins continues for the amount. Like when you look at his AAV, he's 25 and 25. He's a point a game player. Like that's 25 games now. He's missed 9, but
we all knew he was never gonna get 104 again. Like
No,
that was insane. That's like Doug Waite.
like even if he got 80 again, would be to me.
Sure.
Because if Nugent Hopkins, even if he's just a 60-point player and he's on your penalty kill, I still believe that when everybody gets healthy, Nuge is going to be their third line center.
Yeah, depending on what their wish list is at the deadline. Like I heard a snippet of your show, someone was asking about Ryan O'Reilly. Like, would I take O'Reilly as my third line center and have Nuge on the wing? Sure, I would. I'd be for that. But you don't get a ton of moves, right? You get 1 or 2, maybe, if you're the Oilers with the cap space. So you want another center, or do you want a scoring winger, like you said? All right, let's hear from Chris Knobloch for Vision Credit Union, investing 100% in Alberta and giving back to the communities they serve. VisionCU.ca. Here's the head coach on playing the Bruins tonight on this road trip and the biggest challenge that they present.
I think they've been finding ways to score a lot of goals. I think maybe that's in the past, that last year anyways, that probably wasn't scoring as many goals they'd like to. This year has been much different, and they're getting contributions, obviously, from their first line, with a lot of it with Geekie and Pasternak, but also throughout the rest of their lineup. So, when we looked at how they scored, we're going to have to be ready for that. But, I think they've always been known to play pretty good defensively, and so it doesn't, you don't get your opportunities easily.
And finally, it's a big night for, or it should be a big night anyway, for Trent Frederick. And we're starting to kind of tiptoe into a little bit of controversy here because we all know he hasn't played great. He knows he hasn't played great. We're all looking for answers. He was asked today, Trent Frederick, and said something, I'm paraphrasing, said something along the lines of, I still am kind of figuring out my role on this team. And so they asked the head coach, what did you think about that statement from Trent Frederick? Here is Chris Knobloch.
Yeah, it's been changed quite a bit from the start of the season, and for a lot of guys, it's been changing. Now that we're 30-some games in, and now we've got a pretty good handle on where our guys should be slotted and where they should be playing. As for Trent Frederick, being on, third, fourth line, giving us some physicality, you just being an all-around good player. And anytime a new player joins a team, there's always a adjustment period. And sometimes that takes 2 weeks, sometimes 2 months, sometimes it doesn't ever happen. It just takes a while. And we saw it in the past with players that are coming in with Edmonton, and it just never being a fit. But obviously we're committed to Trent. We think he's a good player, and we need to find him a spot where he can help us win.
Chris Knobloch for Vision Credit Union. This is big braining it for sure, but I don't know. Maybe that look with the big boys late. I loved it actually, but late in the preseason, in the first couple of games, maybe that was the worst possible thing they could have done to Frederick to start the year.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
it's hard to say.
I'm
if
grasping now.
Yeah,
for sure,
you're
but,
looking for anything, and I just say Trent Frederick's capable of playing better. So he's shown he can play in the league for this long. He's just got to play better. Like it's that there's no magic tonic here, really.
Yeah.
It's just use your skill sets that allowed you to have 2 really good seasons in it. You can't fluke your way to that. It shows you've got some skill, right? Like it wasn't outrageous. Like 17 and 18 goals aren't like, it's not like the guy scored 45, right? It wasn't like Jonathan Cheech who scored 55 and you're thinking, or whatever, 56.
Mangiapane had 35
Yeah,
one
like
year. Yeah.
that's not what you're saying. Hey, Trent Frederick can, and even if 18 was your peak, okay, you can be 14. You can be 30. Like that's fine, but it can't be 2 and really lots of games where you're a non-factor.
12, 13, 14 goals as a bottom sixer is a ton, right? Like Podkolzin has a shot to get 20. That's how he's playing.
Yeah, he's got 9 goals, 5 on 5.
And 20. Like this is, it feels like Podkolzin scores every night. And this is what 20 looks like.
Yeah.
Right. So, for Frederick, I mean, at this point, who knows? But yeah, obviously big game for him. And it's kind of you're starting from scratch every night, right? And that's the subject of our River Cree over under, asking the bare minimum. Can he get a hit? Can he get a shot on goal? You have until puck drop to get your answers in. 1-833-401-1440. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. The Jason Gregor Show continues after this.
Yeah, let's get to the Con Man and a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC Wish and Win event going on right now, where you walk in and you could win $25,000 off the purchase of your vehicle. Minimum you're going to get is $500 off, guaranteed every time, but you can win up to $25,000. Good luck. Check it out, northgategm.com.
This is the Sports 1440 update.
It is game day. Oilers and Bruins meeting in Boston. Puck drop shortly. Once this one wraps up, Andrew Walker back to post-game coverage. Later around the NHL, got the Canadiens taking on the Blackhawks, Penguins in Ottawa, Lightning host the Kings, Maple Leafs up against the Caps, Jackets host the Wild, Rangers in St. Louis, Flames and Kraken and the Stars taking on the Sharks. Week 16 in the NFL gets going tonight with an NFC West battle. Seahawks, Rams, both teams 11-3. Gets going at 6:15 from Lumen Field in Seattle. And in the association, Toronto Raptors will take on Milwaukee. That gets going at 6. Also the Thunder and the Clippers, Knicks in Indiana. Nets host the Heat. Mavericks taking on the Pistons. Magic up against the Nuggets. And the Warriors in the desert taking on the Suns. Coming up in hour 4 of the Jason Gregor Show, we'll hear some members of the Oilers and talk little Seattle Seahawks with Corbin Smith from Emerald Spectrum. I'm Connor Halley. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free radio player app and listen wherever you go.
Winter in Alberta doesn't mess around. And neither does Titan Supply. For over 50 years, we've earned the trust of our customers across a variety of industries because we lead with integrity, honesty, and respect. I'm Joe. And I'm Brent from Titan Supply. When the weather hits hard, we're fully stocked with rigging, lifting, and hauling gear that works as hard as you do. Titan Supply. Built on trust, driven by safety. Serving Edmonton, Grand Prairie, Red Deer, and Calgary. Let us help you face the weather the Titan way. Visit titansupply.ca.
River Cree is the place for all your favorite sports. River Cree Resort and Casino, featuring UFC action and boxing live on the big screens at TAP 25, the MVP of sports bars, and in the Center Bar. Plus, catch this fall's biggest games. Every goal, every tackle, every home run. River Cree is also home to the Twin Rinks, where rec hockey and community teams come to play. Public skating available. Details at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
And what can I get for you this year, little fella?
I want a new Ford F-150 with the FX4 package.
Adults need toys to play with on Christmas morning, too. And Nisku Ford has the best toys in town. If you decide to wrap one up, you can get rebates as high as $10,000 or choose interest rates as low as 0%.
This Christmas, get the toy you really want.
Add Nisku Ford to your holiday visits or make your wish list at niskuford.ca today. Above expectations.
Oilers pregame is brought to you by Titan Supply. Built on trust, driven by safety. The Titan way. Visit titansupply.ca.
Want sports talk on the go?
You can listen to 1440 on the AM dial or stream us on your mobile device through apps like Radio Player, iHeart, and Stingray Music.
Edmonton sports fans,
turn to Sports 1440.
1440.
Weed Johnson, whoa.
Hi, Dennis from Weiss Johnson. Worried about your furnace? Then now's the time to replace it before your guests arrive. We're offering no interest for 24 months on a new Goodman furnace, a festive incentive for the holidays. Plus, no interest for 24 months on a new Goodman air conditioner or heat pump. But hurry, these Goodman offers will be gone faster than milk and cookies on Christmas Eve. Ho, ho, ho! Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Across rural Alberta, volunteers and community groups work hard to make life better for their neighbors, creating new playgrounds, better rinks, and gathering places that bring us together. Vision Credit Union is proud to lend these local heroes a helping hand. Apply today for a Helping Hand grant up to $10,000 to support your community's next big idea. Let's make great things happen together. Applications are open until January 31st, 2026. Learn more at whatsyourshare.ca.
After 20 years, Canada's most prestigious international hockey tournament returns. The Camrose Viking Cup, December 28th to January 4th at Encana Arena. Tickets at vikingcup.ca. Brought to you by Sports 1440.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Elks Nation, two weekly podcasts with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger, breaking down the green and golds, the most in-depth W football coverage on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasts, elksnation.ca.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
It's after 5 o'clock. Welcome back. Jason Gregor, Connor Halley, Sports 1440, sports1440.ca. YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching as you make your way home. Drive safe. Take a little time. Turn your lights on, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. Orders in Boston taking on the Boston Bruins tonight. We'll get to the oil report in a second. It's the Gregor Show, as always, brought to you by PlayAlberta.ca, where you can get in the game. Remember, it's the Daily Grand tonight, $1,000 a day for the next 20 years. Oh, would that be good? PlayAlberta.ca. We're month of giving. We've had a good first 3 hours on this one. I got about 40 minutes left to get in on the bidding. It's a very unique experience. You're going to have Chef Fabricio Daros prepare a 5-course meal in your home. Come to your home. You'll have 6 guests there. And then you'll have also Dave Owens from Sherbrooke Liquor with all the wine pairings and beer, whiskey, everything else will be involved. We'll even cater if there's something you like. He'll also bring some few surprises, leave you a few bottles behind, which will be awesome. Struds and I will be there to serve the food. And we'll bring some special guests. Few special guests. Now, who is that going to be? It's a little bit of a surprise, but let's just say that it'll be someone you probably have not dined with before. Now, I can't say for every listener. I'm just kind of going off for most, and some people who like sports and maybe know sports. How about that? That'll be a little hint for you. So there you have it. 833-401-1440. Blair was in at $4,000 for the package. So 833-401-1440. 833-401-1440. The Edmonton Oilers and the Bruins, both pretty hot right now. In the month of December, they are the 2 highest scoring teams in the NHL. The only 2 teams who are scoring more than 4 goals per game. The Oilers have averaged 4.38 goals per game this month. The Bruins are at 4.29. It's not bad. Now, goals against, they're at 2.86 for Boston, 14th, and the Oilers are 15th at 2.88. Now, on the season, both of these teams have scored. The Oilers are 3rd in the league all year. Boston is 7th. But defensively, both teams have been Boston 20th, Oilers 28th. Now, they are starting to come down. But even then, like, the Oilers could be even lower if you think about the Toronto game, you think about the Pittsburgh game, just kind of some late goals where they just kind of seem to slack off. We got the game in hand. So, and ultimately, it didn't matter. You want to win, right? You want to win, but just some numbers that I don't know if it illustrates even how good the Oilers played for the majority of those games, and then just had kind of a little bit of a lapse at times. So we'll see how they do. Meanwhile, we mentioned it earlier, Morgan Geekie, that he's got 24 goals this season, 49 goals since January 1st, most in the NHL. Connor McDavid has 31 in that time, in case you're wondering. So Leon Draisaitl has 42. Geekie's got 49. Like, give him some respect. The Oilers will have to be leery of that top line. Now, the power play, the Edmonton Oilers, very quietly. Now, because you're kind of used to the Oilers power play, I don't think people realize, like, the Oilers power play is on right the pace where they were when they were the best power play all time. The Oilers at 32.6% right now. Imagine if they actually got more power plays, what they could do. If they could ever figure out a way to draw more power plays, that would be that'd be a big advantage, because they got the best power play in the league, but their power play chances per game, they're not even at 3. They're at 2.62, which is 28th in the NHL. 28th. So you look at like top teams, San Jose's at 3.5, Florida, Colorado, 3.48. The Wild, 3.44. And the Oilers are all the way down at 2.62. Only the Devils, 2.53. The Maple Leafs, 2.5. Columbus, 2.4. And the Rangers, 2.34. Draw fewer penalties than the Edmonton Oilers. So if they could find a way. And now it has gone up a little bit lately, but still I don't think where they would like it to be. If you're looking at power play chances per game, it's just it's not where they want to be. Like, they're being better lately, though. They're 8th at 3.25. So it is maybe they're trending in the right direction. Start to play better. Maybe not a huge surprise. McDavid and Draisaitl are dominating, and when those guys get going, you force teams to have to take some penalties. So there you have it. Other news and notes from around the NHL. Did you notice the Oilers are starting to heat up, but also Florida Panthers, the other two-time defending, they're two-time defending Stanley Cup champions, but back-to-back Stanley Cup final appearances. They are 6-1-1, and now suddenly in the Eastern Conference, the Panthers are only 1 point out of a playoff spot as they try to make their way up. If you look in the East, really, outside of Carolina, they're at 46 points, and Buffalo's at 32. Everyone else from number 2 to number 15 are separated by 7 points. That's it. Islanders and the Red Wings have 41. Senators and the Blue Jackets have 34, and they got a game in hand. So imagine if they won the game in hand. You got everybody then within 5 points. It is it's wide open. Meanwhile, in the West, there's obviously a little bit more separation. If you look at Colorado's at 55, Dallas is at 49, the Wild are at 45. Then it gets closer from 4 through to 9. There's 5 points, but even like 4 through to 10, it's a 9-point bulge. So there's better teams in the West, and they've separated themselves. That's just how it is. I really think that the Kings have faltered here a little bit. So maybe there's 2 wild card spots up for grabs, but I think the top 6, Colorado, Dallas, Mini, Vegas, Anaheim, Edmonton. Now, I think at the end of the day, Anaheim's probably going to finish 3rd, maybe lower. Like, Anaheim would be the one where I'm still not 100% sold. Like, it's been a good start. It's only 34 games. They got to keep it going. But Vegas, Edmonton, yeah. We got a lot of texts coming in, 833-401-1440. Hey, Greggs, do you think the Oilers will actually win the division this year? Well, they stumbled out of the gate pretty hard. But you wake up today, it's December 18th, and you're 4 points out of the division lead. It's a pretty good position to be in. And after tonight, the Oilers are done going to the Eastern time zone. All their East time zone games are finished. That is, you got 16 games in the Eastern time zone, right? All year. 16. And the Edmonton Oilers tonight, guess what? That'll be game. They'll have played 21 games on the road, and all 16 of the East are done, right? Like, they got a lot of games left against San Jose, Seattle, Anaheim, Calgary, lots of games like that. Nashville, St. Louis. So, yes, I really think that there's a really good chance that the Oilers could actually finally end their NHL record drought. No team has not won their division for as long as the Oilers in NHL history. They haven't won it since 1987. So, hey, Gregor, is there like a plus-minus stat for penalties drawn versus taken? Because I wonder if top teams that draw are also taking penalties, fighting and roughing, coincidental. Well, but keep in mind, coincidental penalties aren't power plays. So those don't factor in to the equation. But there is you can go and you can find it. If you look at penalties drawn, like the teams that right now, quickly as we're talking, I look at power play and power play opportunities per game. San Jose's at 3.5, Florida 3.48, Colorado 4.8, Minnesota, Vancouver, Anaheim, the Islanders, Flames, Ottawa. So you got a mixture of good teams like Colorado and Minnesota, a decent team like the Ducks, the Islanders, and then you got some bad teams at the bottom. Nashville, Ottawa, Calgary. They're all in the top 10 of most penalty opportunities. Now, if you go to penalties most times shorthanded, actually who leads the NHL? This could benefit the Oilers, the team they're playing tonight, the Boston Bruins. They've taken the most time shorthanded per game at 3.65. Then Chicago, Anaheim, Florida, Vancouver, San Jose, Nashville. So 5 of the top 10 in most power play opportunities are also teams who take the most. I do think there's something to that, but it's not coincidentals because those aren't power plays. It's maybe a roughing call, maybe it's a hook, and the games are a little bit more engaging, whereas the Oilers, they don't take many penalties, they don't draw many penalties, right? So they're at 2.85 times shorthanded per game and 2.62 when it comes to power plays. The difference is, though, like, penalties drawn is one thing, but then you get to power play efficiency. And I know because people have said, well, the Oilers, because their power play is so good, they don't get a lot of power play chances. So I'm looking which teams who have the best power play chances, our best power play percentages. Like Minnesota's top 10 team in power play efficiency, and they're 4th in ones drawn. Now, you look like, funny enough, the Colorado Avalanche, like, their power play is terrible. And they're still good. Like, you imagine, like, they're 15.7% with Makar and McKinnon. And they just, like, what's going on? Why is their power play so brutal? That to me is actually a surprise. I didn't know it was that low. The Flames, terrible power play. Ottawa's got a really good power play, 25.5%. They're a top 10 team. So it's kind of a mixture of it. But I don't think that it's a guarantee that if you have a good power play, you're going to get more chances. It's just not how it works. So 833-401-1440. Mike comes in at 4,100 on our month of giving package. It's always good. We don't want to go too long without a bid. So we're up to $4,100. 833-401-1440. We'll return. We're going to talk. The Seattle Kraken. It still bothers me what they did as an organization, and then they still didn't actually come out and say what an embarrassment it was. Like, say, hey, that was wrong, and we'll fix it. I saw an article, and there's some somebody wrote an article saying, I talked to a staffer who said it's unacceptable. Yeah, but this should be like somebody high in your organization on record saying what they did was absolute amateur hour. And the fact that they don't tells me the culture in Seattle is a losing culture for the Kraken. That's what it tells me. You have no accountability. We're not going to hold ourselves accountable. That's what they're doing. So not good. We'll come back. We will talk about the game of the night next on the Gregor Show, presented by PlayAlberta.ca.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
The future of female hockey is here. It's season 2 of the Female Super League, the first ever female-only independent hockey division in Western Canada, with teams from British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. Featuring 16U, 14U, and 12U divisions, the FSL brings showcase weekends packed with thrilling games, and our 14U and 16U have been pioneering the advanced body checking rule, empowering young players. The Female Super League, where the best in female hockey takes center ice. Details at femalesuperleague.com.
I'm Gene Principe, bringing season's heatings from Legacy Heating and Cooling. For Yuletide comfort you'll love this Christmas. You should.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
There's no better way to fix your furnace. You just...
Call Legacy.
They're professional, never rude, Dolph. You should.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Plus, no interest and no principal payments for 1 year when you buy with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Boxing Week blowout starts early at the Brick. Find real Boxing Day prices early and beat the rush on the 26th. Score the best deals on electronics and appliances. Plus, save up to $1,000 off sectionals. Buy more, save more. Up to 25% off bedroom and dining. Up to 40% off mattresses. And up to $500 off big screen TVs. Don't wait for the crowds. Shop the Brick's Boxing Week early access event. Some exclusions apply. The Brick, saving you more.
Picture this. You're sleeping and you're awake. But it's a good day because you're about to make your way to McDonald's to pick up some breakfast. Fast forward, you're there. But what's this? You can now get all those breakfast classics penny style with rich, creamy hollandaise-style sauce. A happy little tear rolls down your cheek. You grab your small McCafe premium roast coffee. Still just $1 plus tax every day. And see. Get up and at 'em with the Egg McMuffin. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada. Prices exclude delivery.
Is your company drowning in paperwork and administrative tasks? Do you need more data to make better decisions? Nectar.io is your company's all-in-one solution for fleet and materials management, safety, time cards, and GIS-based project management. Now is the time to capture and transform field, site, and shop data into boardroom-level business intelligence, all with one login. Visit Nectar.io to book a demo today. Nectar.io, your business made better.
Get ready, Edmonton. Glow Christmas Festival returns to light up the Edmonton Expo Center from December 4th to 31st with dazzling activities for the entire family. Wander the glowing trails, meet Santa in his sleigh, and shop from over 30 local artisans and vendors with handcrafted gifts and holiday treasures, perfect for everyone on your list. Get your tickets and learn more about what's on this season by visiting the calendar of events at edmontonexpocenter.com today.
The holidays are all about giving back. And this year at GMC, we're giving everyone something truly special. Our Wish and Win event is on now. Visit us for your chance to save up to $25,000 towards a new 2025 or 2026 GMC vehicle, including the stylish Sierra 1500 Elevation Crew Cab, the dependable Sierra 2500 HD, the adventurous Canyon, and the family-ready Terrain. No purchase necessary. Ends January 2nd. For full rules, see your GMC dealer or wishandwin.ca/rules.
The wrapping paper is coming off. The gift box is opening, and the crowd goes wild.
When they want sports in their stocking, you'll find gifts that score big at St. Albert's Source for Sports. Jerseys and accessories, baseball, bikes, all kinds of skates, and everything on them. It's all here, alongside expert advice from pros who know sports. Put the best sports brands under the tree for less with St. Albert's Source for Sports, your source for hockey and the best sports gifts for over 35 years.
As 2025 comes to a close, GS Construction would like to take the time and thank our crews, our partners, and our communities for another successful year of teamwork and growth. Together, we've helped keep Edmonton and the surrounding area moving by building and maintaining the underground infrastructure that keeps everything running smoothly. It's been another year of dedication, pride, and hard work the team has put in to make it all possible. To learn more about our people and our projects, visit gsconstruction.ca.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Papa John's. Enjoy a taste of Hawaii with the Papa John's Aloha Trio. Try the classic Hawaiian, Super Hawaiian, or Hawaiian barbecue chicken pizzas for only $19.99 each at papajohns.ca or on the Papa John's app.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
Welcome back. Jason Gregor, Connor Halley, Sports 1440, sports1440.ca, YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Ryan is back in at $4,200 for our month of giving dinner, which is going to be catered to your home. 5-course meal with Chef Fabrizio Daros, who's the executive chef from Loca. You get dinner pairings. You got wine, beer, whiskey, everything else. David Owens from Sherbrooke Liquor will be providing all of that and leaving a few goodies for you. Struds and I will be there and have special guests. Now, who that is remains to be seen. You'll have to, find out when you win. And not even then, when you got to pick the date, and then it'll be a surprise right up until that day, because who doesn't like a good surprise? So it's kind of like a Christmas present. Who doesn't like opening if you're not sure what's in it? You might think you know, but you don't really know, right? Sometimes you put marbles in a box just to get the kids shake it, get them off the scent. They don't really know what it is. So there you go. And we're helping out the Christmas Bureau today and currently at 4,200. So 833-401-1440. You can text or call that number. Hey, Greg's, where's Kissel playing again? For New Year's? Yes, it'll be New Year's Eve at the Silent Ice Center in Nisku. So check it out. That place, it's unreal place to watch a concert, man. Like it's a smaller venue. So, I having gone to big venues and smaller venues, I kind of like the smaller venues for concerts and different things like that. Like the acoustics are awesome and you're closer. You just, you get a better look for the show. So that's where it'll be. So you can check it out. Great way to welcome in the new year with Kissel and the Silent Ice Center. Check it out. Get your tickets online. Very, very easy. Just Google New Year's Eve Kissel Silent Ice. You'll find it. Other news and notes, the Oilers and the Boston Bruins, the two highest scoring teams in the NHL in the month of December. Off to a fairly cautious start so far. Tonight, Oilers win, though. They would move within 2 points of Vegas. Now, Vegas does have games in hand. The Oilers are playing Vegas on Sunday, so that'll be a big game. And leads to some. Let's get to the Oil Report, brought to you by Go Auto. Your place to go if you want to get vehicles. How about over 15,000 to choose from? Any make, any model, you got it at goauto.ca. So the question will be you got Pickard against Minnesota. That's what I would do if it's me. I'm playing Tristan Jarry in a division matchup against Vegas. That's just me, though. I don't know what they're going to do. There's a lot of things that go into their decision making. Jarry played the first half of the back-to-back the last time, and so easily he might play it again. But, I wouldn't mind having a little extra juice. Your home game back off a road trip. You got the new goalie. The crowd's going to give him a huge ovation. You'll want to make a big impression. That's what I would do, Con Man. What about you? Would you go Jarry against Minnesota, or does it matter, or does it depend how he plays tonight?
Yeah, I kind of think see how he plays tonight, see how things are going for sure. Obviously, we talked about a lot in the past. You don't want to just keep Calvin Pickard out waiting to dry, and you want to get him in before the Christmas break, of course. So, yeah, I think depending on how it goes tonight, I would be okay with going maybe Pickard on Saturday, then bounce back with Jarry, and then have him go Sunday, Tuesday to wrap it all up.
All right. So
And we did get a bump up to 4,500 from Blair.
Blair is up to 45. Okay. Well, there you have it. 833-401-1440. 833-401-1440. Frank Nazar was off to a great start. Everyone was like, oh my God, this guy's unreal. He just snapped a 20-game goalless drought. So it happens, man, around the league. I know other fans sometimes you're only guys that are struggling. Like Frank Nazar was a good young player. I was excited about him, and then he just went 20 games without a goal. It is the NHL can be ruthless at times. It can be challenging. Like, I'll guarantee you, Frank Nazar had never gone 20 games in a row without a goal at any level. It starts to wear on you significantly. And I can see it kind of wearing on Frederick. Like, if there's a guy who needs a goal, it's him right now. Especially, you score a goal in Boston, he'd probably even get some cheers from the Bruins fans. Maybe not a lot, but he might get some. We shall see. The Kings, other out-of-town score, they're taking on the Lightning tonight. Kings floundering a little bit. No Darcy Kemper again. Forsberg's going to go. And you have, the Kraken Flames, but also the surprising San Jose Sharks. They're taking on the hosting the Dallas Stars tonight, as well as the Sharks. Hey, they continue to be competitive. And, Macklin Celebrini, you kidding me? Like, if the Sharks make the playoffs, Macklin Celebrini he's going to have a lot of votes for the MVP in only his second season. Right? Nathan McKinnon's having a great year for sure. But you got Nature's, like, they got a lot of guys going there. Connor McDavid's right up there again. Draisaitl, sure. But I'm telling you, if the Sharks, we're not even halfway this season. Do I think they're going to hold on? I probably don't. But if they manage to hold on, Macklin Celebrini would have to get some strong consideration for the package. So Jill is in at $4,600 now, Connor Halley. So we rock and roll here on a lovely Thursday afternoon. Hey, guys, I brought 3 Nazar Young Guns from his hot start to the season. Yeah, well, hey, that happens, man. Right? I was talking hockey cards here now, I'm thinking. So there you have it. But it is a surprising thing. Like, I'd like to look right now to see which players in the NHL, and it wouldn't be that hard to find, who is, and defensemen, obviously, would be the exception. But I wonder how many guys there are, and I'll find this right now. How many guys in the NHL right now who are sitting on a goalless drought of that long? You look at guys like Radek Faksa, 22 games without a goal. Luke Glendening. Now those guys are bottom line guys. Max Domi doesn't have a goal in 20 games. Michael McCarron, Garnet Hathaway, Keegan Kolazar, Taylor Radish. That was a big free agent signing by the Rangers, right? So who's this? Cole Reinhardt. That's not a huge surprise, right? Ryan Reeves, 18 games without a Gino. Like, there's, Frank Nazar was one. Marco Casper, first round pick of the Red Wings. He's on a 23 game. Well, it might even be longer. I just went to November 1st. 23 games. So these guys haven't scored since the start of November. Hendrix Lapierre, 22 gamer. Peyton Krebs, 21 games. God, there is a lot of guys when you start to think about it that get into that. Berkeley Catton, the young player. Everybody was really high on him. He doesn't have a goal in 16 games. So just it's always good to get that reminder of it's hard to score in the NHL. And that's why, you never sleep on the fact that McDavid just casually throws up 20 points in 7 games, including 9 goals in 7 games. So he has been on quite a bit of a heater right now for sure. So we'll see where it goes. 833-401-1440, 833-401-1440. Hey, Gregor, you were the one guy who 2 weeks ago told everybody it'd be premature to count on McDavid, that he was starting to slow down. Looks like you were right. Any reason why you thought that? Just curious. Well, I'm not going to have any like spectacular reason other than it's Connor freaking McDavid. And I've looked at the numbers and yeah, he was off to a slow start, but I was watching the games. Like, Connor McDavid just didn't lose, his burst to be able to beat guys. And oh, by the way, it's 21 points now. Cause it looks like, he just got an assist here on, the Oilers. Nugent Hopkins scored from, McDavid and Draisaitl. So, there you have it. That's 21 points now in 8 games. So Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So the Oilers strike first in Boston. It's the Nuge as their top guys continue to roll. Now let's get to our NFL report brought to you by Legacy Heating and Cooling. Home with no payments, no interest for 1 year on your furnace. Stay warm all winter. LegacyHeating.ca is Corbin Smith from the Emerald City Spectrum, beat reporter for the Seahawks. Joins us. Corbin, how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Corbin, it's a huge game tonight, man. When you look, you got the Seahawks and the Rams. It's always a big game, but when you look at the standings, like this is a massive game. It really could decide who wins that division.
Yeah, this game, I think it carries a ton of weight for both teams, but especially for the Seahawks because they still have the looming road game coming up in Week 18 against the 49ers. And the 49ers only a game behind both the Rams and the Seahawks. So this game is important for both, but I think especially for Seattle to try to get that foothold on this division that has turned into an absolute gauntlet.
Well, you look at this matchup tonight. Both teams have been pretty good defensively. You know, the Rams got some big name guys offensively. I think Seattle's offense has shown it can be very good at times, but then others, it struggled. Now, against the Rams the last time, it wasn't very good. What do the Seahawks have to do differently offensively tonight, do you feel, to have success?
I don't want to make it sound cliche, but not turning the ball over 4 times would be a really good start for Sam Darnold. I thought late in the game he started to find himself a little bit, throwing the ball to the running backs, getting some of the short dump-offs, and they were able to get a touchdown drive late, and then he marched them very close to a game-winning field goal, just didn't get quite enough yardage, and Jason Myers couldn't connect on the 61-yarder. But you take out 1 or 2 of those interceptions, you finish better in the red zone. They were 1 for 4, getting touchdowns inside the opposing 20. You convert on 1 more of those in the end zone, they win that game. So I don't necessarily think they have to reinvent the wheel, but it comes down to being better with situational football and taking care of the football. And a lot of that is going to fall on Sam Darnold's shoulders to go out today and play within himself, stay aggressive, but make smart decisions. If he's able to do that, then Seattle's definitely got a shot to win this one.
What do you make of the difference for the Seahawks defense with no Devontae Adams? Especially got to think their red zone defense. That's it's a big boost. He's been their go-to guy. How are they going to defend them different in the red zone?
I think you might see a little bit more emphasis on having somebody that's available to bracket on Puka Nacua, but I really think the biggest difference not having Adams in this game, it takes away one of the few guys that has a lot of downfield juice for this passing game. Puka Nacua does a lot of his damage in the intermediate part of the field, creating after the catch, breaking tackles, being a volume pass catcher. And they also have another receiver in Jordan Whittington, who is more like a running back at receiver, and he's a jitterbug. He creates after the catch as well. But Devontae Adams is the guy that can still, even at this stage of his career, do some damage down the field, down the seam, working down the numbers. And that makes it a little easier for Seattle to be able to play tighter coverage and not have to be quite as concerned about Matthew Stafford hitting on one of those plays downfield. So certainly helps in the red zone, but I think it changes up a little bit how you try to defend this passing game that's going to be more predicated on that short to intermediate and trying to create after the catch.
You look at Darnold, and because a lot of people, based on last year's playoffs in Minnesota and the game against the Rams, are he's not going to come through in a big game. How important do you think that is for his psyche to have a good performance tonight?
I think it's certainly important against this opponent because I don't buy the idea that he hasn't played well in big games. Because there's been some look at the Houston Texans, for example. There's a lot of people that think the Texans have the best defense in the NFL, including over the Seahawks. And Sam Darnold and the Seahawks had some turnovers that game, but they still put up 27 points and threw for a bunch of yardage, had several touchdown passes. Jackson Smith and Jigba had a big game. So it's not like he hasn't been capable of playing well in these type of situations. He played really well at Lambeau Field last year as well. So he's played well in big games. It has been this one opponent that has been his kryptonite. Can he find a way to overcome that? And I think if he could just have a decent game against this team, that would be a really good stepping stone for him. And the Seahawks almost won with him playing poorly. So that gives him a better chance to win as well. So he can't go into this game putting too much pressure on himself. He's got to play within himself and play smart football while still doing what he does well, getting the ball downfield and being aggressive. There's a balancing act there, and the Seahawks have to make sure that he is equipped schematically to be able to do that this game.
When you look at the Seahawks offense, do you see an area they're going to want to try to attack on this Rams defense tonight?
I think you get the ball to your running backs in the passing game. I think the linebackers, Nate Landman and Spates, those two guys have been solid but not great in coverage. And Seattle, again, late in the game in SoFi, they were able to get the ball moving in that final quarter by dumping it off to their running backs and using their tight ends. I think distributing the ball to your secondary receivers is going to open up some of those downfield plays in the passing game, and taking advantage of the linebackers, stretch them out. I think that opens up your run game too. So different than some games where you feel like really going attack mode, getting it to JSN, Rashid Shaheed. I think that comes if you can get some of your other playmakers the football in the quick passing game and loosen things up a little bit.
You mentioned how important this game is for the Seahawks in the standings, right? You look at the NFC, man, it's like murderer's row. The 49ers, the Seahawks, the Rams. You got also, the Bears are a pretty good team. The Packers, although that Micah Parsons injury might derail them a little bit. And then you got the Eagles. I'm just curious, are the Eagles just kind of lying in the weeds here?
I don't think so. That does not look like the same team, anywhere close to the same team that we saw win it all last year. They haven't been near as effective running the ball. Teams have been able to exploit Jalen Hurts for his flaws as a passer. He has not been as involved in the passing or the running game for them. And their defense is great. I just don't know that they have the offense this year to be able to do it. I think the NFC West, whoever wins this division, should absolutely be the favorite. And I would even say whoever gets a wild card, Seattle has been pretty darn good on the road. They might think they can go on a run on road games in the postseason. It feels like the teams running this division, the NFC best.
Yeah. Awesome, Corbin. Enjoy the game tonight. I know the place is going to be rocking and should be a lot of fun. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
There you go. That's Corbin Smith from Emerald City. The Seahawks and the Rams going at it tonight. The Bruins have just tied it. Pavel Zacha. Geez, the Oilers give up a few too many breakaways, in my humble opinion. Although that one, I think, was a power play goal for the Boston Bruins, so a little bit different, kind of a zone entry. Yes, it was. And kind of a busted place. Now that I see the rebound, I need to see the replay. So not like the other game where they're just leaking terrible turnovers. But Zacha ties it. It's now 1-1. Quick break. We'll come back and we'll update you on the month of giving and more. It's a Gregor Show presented by PlayAlberta.ca.
Think your credit's not good enough for a new ride? Think again. Go Auto's car loan calculator is here to help.
Okay.
No commitments, no credit hits, just real answers. You tell us a few things, and we'll show you what you can afford. Text credit to 780-777-7777. That's credit to 780 all sevens. Go Auto. We do the math, so you can do the driving.
Your New Year's Eve plans just got a major upgrade. On the Rocks is throwing the ultimate party to launch you into the new year with a bang. The legendary Tall Boy is hitting the stage live, providing the soundtrack for an unforgettable night. A 3-course dinner is available to kick things off before the main party starts. This is how you celebrate New Year's Eve. Dinner and a party tickets are available now. Book your spot online at ontherocks.yeg.com.
Vinny and Don in Hockey are dedicated to skill development for all hockey players. If you know a student athlete interested in growing as a person and a player, register for a free shadow day. Beginner or experienced, this program develops a student athlete skill in a supportive environment. It's a great opportunity for prospective student athletes entering grades 3 through 12 to see what Vinny and Donnan have to offer. Visit vimmyridge.epsb.ca or donnan.epsb.ca for more info and to sign up.
No fluff, no fillers, just pure.
Coming up on
Sports 1440.
Today's 2-minute warning poll, Trent Tate and the Jason Gregor Show. Is this the night he gets off the 3 p.m.? Please vote on Twitter at Cam Tate. Results later this afternoon on Sports 1440.
Christmas wrapping, Christmas baking,
Frederick
shopping. What about our vehicle? Does it need tires? It's not running? No problem. We got you covered. At Northgate GM, we have a tremendous selection of newer used vehicles, winter tires at cost, and of course, service with a smile. Come in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Day or night, tasting just the right. You can order Oodle Noodle at oodlenoodle.ca, delivering you the news almost right away. Remember, you can order Oodle Noodle at oodlenoodle.ca. So stay on your couch all day and order oodlenoodle.ca. Oodle Noodle.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. And stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. Looking for the perfect place to host your next big event? From trade shows to galas, meetings, and concerts, the Edmonton Expo Centre has the space, event expertise, and service to make your next event unforgettable. With over 522,000 square feet of flexible event space, in-house catering, and operational expertise, they bring your biggest vision to life. Learn more at edmontonexpocentre.com today.
Game day sauce.
Buddy, quit rolling up to the bar and looking like it's grade 9 grad and you're wearing your dad's old work suit. Do yourself a favor and call Game Day Suits.
Game Day Suits is Alberta-based and makes fully customizable, made-to-order suits. Perfect for hockey teams, wedding parties, or even the office crew. Book your free consultation at GameDaySuits.ca.
I'm rocking one right now. I look deadly.
You know they can't see you, right?
Okay, Mr. Announcer, you want to go, tough guy?
Game Day Suits.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Cantork. We offer sale, rental, repair, and calibration of hydraulic, pneumatic, and battery-powered torque wrenches, stud tensioners, and flange maintenance equipment. Order today at cantork.com.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
$547. Blair is in at $5,300 on our month of giving package. The 5-course meal prepared by Chef Fabricio Daros, coming from Loca. Then we got all the wine and beer and cocktails, everything prepared from David Owens at Sherbrooke Liquor. It'll be 6 of you. It'll be Struds and I and some special guests. So $5,300. If you want in, got a few minutes. 833-401-1440. 833-401-1440. Coming up tomorrow is our pyramid of giving for Adopt-A-Teen. So if you're interested in that, we'll be doing that tomorrow on the show. We had a few people texting in earlier this week that they like to support Adopt-A-Teen, so they'll be doing it tomorrow. That's fantastic. We're very much excited about it. Oilers and the Bruins into the final minute of the first period. It is 1-1. Nugent Hopkins opened up the scoring on a power play from McDavid and Draisaitl, and Pavel Zacha tied the game on a power play from Lindholm and McAvoy. And we got a lot of texts coming in. Guys, that was a terrible call. The guy just tripped over himself and Nurse got the penalty. I saw the replay and I can see, I think the ref might have missed the call. Probably his angle of the play is probably why it happened, but it's kind of what I see. Elsewhere, Blackhawks, Bolduc and Nazarov scored 1-1, Habs and the Hawks. The Senators at 1-0 over the Penguins. Brady Tkachuk with his third. Oliver Bjorkstrand scored his fifth, 1-0 Tampa over the LA Kings. Capitals all over the Leafs, 2-0. The Leafs had 3 power plays in the first period. They got 1 shot on goal in 3 power plays. Yikes. Blue Jackets leading the Wild 1-0. Zach Werenski has scored. So lots of goals early on tonight in the first period. Not a lot of shots in this Edmonton-Boston game. As you look at it, I think the Oilers have 5 and the Bruins have 7. So Not a ton of chances early on, but it is 1-1 after 20. Not a bad road period for the Edmonton Oilers, and they're going to want to generate a little bit more 5-on-5. Not as kind of predicted. I didn't think this was going to be an overly physical game. Trent Frederick. Oh, for those who are doing the over-under, he does have a hit, but no shot yet. So he got the hit out of the way. Him and Podkolzin, who lead the Oilers in hits, they have one each, Ekholm 2, and Emerson. So only 5 hits for them. Looking at the Bruins, they had, they got actually quite a few more hits. Although I know. Now, granted, I'm doing the show, so I haven't watched it that close. But they got the Bruins at like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 hits. Like, I don't know if it was that physical or not, but maybe a few rubouts. So hit stat is always still a little bit questionable around the NHL. So we shall see. Elsewhere, the Minnesota game, remember, that's an afternoon game on Saturday. And then the Oilers are home to Vegas on Sunday. A rare back-to-back game that includes starting on the road. Sometimes they'll do that when you're in Vancouver or Calgary, but Minnesota, now it is an afternoon game, so that's the only kind of saving grace. So the Oilers, and that's a 1:00 start Edmonton time on Saturday, and then they'll so the game's over 5. So they'll get in at a decent time. Probably 9, 10, so not terrible, not terrible at all. So I think Blair might be the winner today, Cons. So big thanks to Jill and Ryan and everybody else who helped bid, mainly those two. And Blair, I think you're the big winner. So get your information and can help out Christmas Bureau. Now let's get to, do we have it? Is it ready? Okay, let's get to the 2-minute warning. Be waiting. Here's Cam Tate. 2-minute warning brought to you by Legacy Heating and Cooling, where the rates never change. No overtime charges. That's how you build a legacy at legacyheating.ca.
So Trent Frederick spent the last 24 hours in the Boston area. The hugs, the high fives, the fist pumps all around, reuniting with his former teammates, the sights, the sounds, those coffee shops, all those landmarks he experienced when he was a member of the Boston Bruins. Beautiful reunion story, right? Now he's a member of the Edmonton Oilers after being moved from the Bruins late last season. Perhaps, Frederick reuniting with his Beantown buddies will turn his season around. He needs it more than Justin Trudeau and his squeeze Katy Perry need to get a room. The Oilers are paying him. Better have another snort of that lemon pie Sherbrooke liquor. Bingo there, Gregor. This is, well, you figure it out. You decide. $1.38 million per point. $1.3 million a point. Put that in your eggnog and give it a tumble go round. Frederick has 3 points in 34 games. He's making $3.8 million a year. As my old buddy Kevin Shaggis used to say, thanks for coming. So on the big poll today, the question, do you think Frederick will turn things around tonight in Boston? 34.7% said yes. 65.3% said nope. Mr. Frederick, better add the turnaround to your Christmas list. Another poll tomorrow. There you go. And hey, thanks for coming. And Gregor, you forgot to tell listeners a minor detail about the month of giving package today. Yes, you did. Now, the catered dinner at your home. I'm the head waiter. 2-minute warning, Gregor. Haley, Kruger. Is he awake over there? Me? Santa Cam. Sports 1440.
I wonder if anybody gives themselves more nicknames than Tater, right? It's like a new one every week. Love it. Thanks, Blair. Thanks, everyone else, for bidding. When us out. Enjoy the game tonight. We have the post-game show coming up with Walker and Paulson right at the conclusion tonight. Coming up around 7:30, probably close to 7:15. So 7:30. Check it out tonight. On behalf of Connor Halley, Declan Kruger, I'm Jason Gregor. Stay warm. Stay cool. Let's get to a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Action Electrical. Commercial service division, residential solar, commercial solar, EV charges, you name it, they got it. The most diversified electrical contractor in Alberta. It's Action Electrical. Good night.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
After 20 minutes out in Boston, Oilers and Bruins tied at 1 apiece elsewhere. Blackhawks Canadians also tied at 1. Sens have a 1-0 lead over the Penguins. Kings throw the Lightning 1-0, and the Caps up on the Maple Leafs 2-0. Later on tonight, the Rangers in St. Louis, Flames host the Kraken, and the Stars taking on the Sharks. In the NFL, Week 16 kicks off. Seahawks Rams from Seattle, and in the association, the Raptors in action. They'll take on the Milwaukee Bucks. That's going to do it for us here on the Jason Gregor Show. Up next, Fox Sports Radio. Once Oilers Bruins do wrap up, we've got post-game coverage with Andrew Walker. I'm Connor Halley. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
It's Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio